Checking connection. What? Mm. Yeah, I got that part. Alrighty, so here we go. Just getting ready to get started. How are you guys doing today? Let's flip that, flipping the camera. That works. Go like that. There we go. Will, Tony, how's it going? Nick, Boa, BOA. BOA, is that Bank of America? If it's Bank of America, it's BAC, not BOA. What the heck is BOA anyway? BOA, BOA, BOA. There is no BOA. All right, that being said, hey, Brandon, how are you today? Uh-oh. The Breeze, how's it going? Having an issue with one of my cameras. Doesn't seem to want to work. Someone's here. Julie C., how are you doing? Bama Redneck, woohoo! Glad you're here. Hey, Nick, Papa John, what's happening? Uh-oh, I feel it coming. I got a sneeze coming. Oh, shit, that hurts. I got an injury, and that hurts. Okay, that's not going to work. Having an issue with Instagram. And that's never a good thing. Okay, we'll check and see that right there. Dang, okay, bless you, bless you. Thank you, thank you. Dang, Nick, what's happening? SC Noel, Noen. I have no idea what that means. Okay, so what do we want to take a look at first? Here we are. It is Thursday. You know what that means? Tomorrow is the end of the first week of the fourth quarter. Well, cool. Well, what's happening? Well, I don't know. Let's jump on in and see what we want to take a look at. I'm having an issue with this. Well, let's see if this one works. Okay, okay. Create. Access, here we go. Okay, okay. Huh. This isn't going to fall. This isn't going to. No, that ain't going to work. That ain't going to work. Well, let's see if that works. Dari, James, I asked late last night, does the premium collected lower the cost of the stock? No, it doesn't. The premium collected is totally separate. Think of it kind of like gas money. Someone says, hey, can you do me a favor, go grab me something? You say, yeah, here's some gas money. Think of it that way. I know. Juan, Tesla, no, we don't do Tesla here. Tesla doesn't share their dividends, so it's going to be a no. Okay, that didn't work. I'm signed in somewhere. Okay. I have no idea. Wow, this is interesting. Well, looks like we're not using that camera tonight. Not using that camera either, it just fell. Where the hell did it go? There it is. All right, so let's see if this was working. Ah, you motherfucker. Here we go. Come on. Now, let's go back to YouTube to make sure it's working. All right. Calvin Hill showed up. Hey, Calvin, way to go. Why is that not working? Okay. Oh no, audio. Audio's working fine. Cancel that one. It is video. There we go. Okay. And there we go. Right there. Yep, that works. All right. It's working fine here. Yeah, well, here's TikTok. I'm looking down here on YouTube to see how it works. Brandon, how are you doing? So we got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, only 6 cameras going. So camera number 7 is giving me a hard time. Ah, shit, that hurts. Got it. What's happening? All right, well, let's see if this works. ARVN. Joe, what the heck is ARVN? Hold on a second. ARVN. Arvinus Incorporated. Yeah, dude, that's going to be a no. Look, monthly options. Monthly options just don't work here. So let me see if I can figure this out. Huh. Continue. Allow. Record a video. Uh-oh, let's turn it around. Oh, there we go. Cool beans. Well, let's see how this one works. Hey, LA Soundwaves here. Hollywood, what's happening? All right, so ARVN is going to be a no. Let's jump in and see where we left off from yesterday. FCX. What the heck is FCX? FCX. Okay, Freeport McMoran. I have no idea what those are. Okay, let's take a quick look over on Yahoo Finance. And let's take a look at FCX. FCX. Okay. Dividends only. Interesting. 10 years worth of dividends. Paying dividends for 10 years. Okay, FCX. All right, well, let's take a look. All right, so here we go. Let's see if I can do this. All right, ready? Here we go. Okay, hey everyone, this is James. We are taking a look at FCX. What is that? That's supposed to be video. That's not working properly. Oh well, is what it is. FCX is what we're looking at. Here's our high, here's our low, here's where it was, here's where it is. Look where it's going. Look at all this choppiness right here over the last couple of weeks. We're going to zoom into that and take a good look at it. But before we do, let's see if it works better. Now, for that being said, let's take a quick gander. All right, so a year ago, we're down here at 34. That's our bottom. Shoots on up to 54.50. Drops down to 40, shoots back up to 52. Let's zoom in and see Poseidon's half molar. How you doing? Good evening. Do you use the paid version of Yahoo? No, I don't. I actually use the free version. So the last 30 days, let's take a look at the last 30 days. So 30 days ago today, here we are, right here on the 3rd. Take a look at that. Gotta go this way. 30 days ago, we're at 42. Drops, here's our bottom right here. The bottom on the 10th is 39.24. 39.24 is the 30-day bottom. So from there, she shoots up, and here's the 30-day high. Right there, the 30-day high, 52.61. That was on the 26th. Pulls back a little bit, back up, back down. So she's headed to the downside. So is this something we really want to jump into this week? Well, I'm going to say no. Okay, what's the best way to invest 30 grand? Pizza party at Juan's. Juan's inviting us all over for pizza. Thanks, you're welcome. No, Juan, seriously, I can't tell you where the best place to invest your money because I don't know anything about you. So if I knew something about you, knew what your risk factors are, knew what you're looking for, what is your time frame? What do you want to do? Are you looking for cash flow? Are you looking for capital appreciation? These questions are very important to get an idea of what's best for you. And that only you can answer. So that being said, apparently FCX is going to be a no because she's pulling back down. Now, I don't want to jump into a stock when she's coming to the downside because it doesn't make sense. I want to wait for it to get down here. See, here's a 30-day bottom here. See, stocks go up, and once they get to a 30-day high, well, you get people who bought down here at 40 are looking at it and say, wait a minute, it's at 51, 52. I want to take my profits. Take my profits, the stock goes down. Nasir, hey, James, someone frowned me by your name. Yeah, Nasir, you're going to find there's 27 other people pretending to be me. That's why I always tell people, if you really want to talk to me, send me your phone number. I will give you a call. Okay, you may think that's different. Okay, Redneck, yeah, I got that. Okay, now, FCX, well, they have been paying dividends for about 10 years. It's not exactly what I'm looking for, but somebody did suggest it. And when anybody suggests a stock, I take a look at it, whether I like it or not. So FCX is going to be a no. That's a no. All right, anyway, let's move on. Next one on the list is going to be Starbucks. Now, I love Starbucks. Give me 1 second while I do this. Okay.
Hey everyone, this is James.
Put that right there. Let's do it again. And let's do this one again. Okay, so we're actually videotaping while I'm being live. So I got 7 cameras going and 1 over there, which is videotaping as we do it. Hey, Adam Devine, how are you today? Right now, we're getting ready to take a look at SBUX, Starbuckies. We all know how us Americans love our coffee, so let's take a look. How does Starbucks look? First thing we always wanted to see is our high, our low, where it was a year ago, where it is now, and which direction is it going? Well, she went up, she pulled all the way down, gaps up. This is what you call a black swan. She had 3 of them. Look at this. Way over here, last November is 1. Here's 1 in May, there's 2. And here's another one, 3 in August. So we have 1 to the downside. Wait a minute, no, sorry. That one's to the upside, this one's to the downside, this one's to the upside. So now we're here at 95.50. Great. Well, I like Starbucks, but is it right to buy it now? Well, if I'm going to do a covered call, which, by the way, is one of the safest trading strategies there is. So let's take a look at what is Starbucks going to be offering. Well, number 1, the last trade today was 95.56. The current bid, the current ask price. So if I want to buy it tomorrow, I got to pay this price right here, 95.93. Now, doing a covered call, we're going to look at the closest. See, I forgot to hit the record button. Damn it. Anyway, if I want to do a covered call, I want to do the closest strike price to my purchase price. So if I buy this first thing in the morning, the closest one's going to be the 96. That's right here. And look what it's doing, 138. That's over 1%. That's what I'm looking for. 1% per week. 1% per week comes to over 50% per year. Now, I don't know about you guys, but I like the idea of 50% per year. Okay. Jake, if you're looking for dividends, why would the price matter? Ooh, that's a good question, Jake. Let me ask you a question. Okay? Why would the price matter if I'm looking for dividends? I'm not actually looking for the dividends. I use the dividends as a precursor or an indicator, lighthouse, a beacon, a sign, call it whatever you want. But when the dividend, let me show you this right here real quick. Get rid of that. Let's pull this up right here. Okay, and we want to go to this right over here, right there. Okay. Now, behind me is your regular, let's change it because it says August. We don't want August. September, October. Here we go, October. This is a calendar, all right? Uh-oh. Let's record this one. Okay, this is a calendar, okay? The green little dots in there represents the EX date and the date of record. There's 4 dates to remember when you're looking at a dividend stock. Date number 1 is the announcement date. Date number 2, the EX dividend date. What is that? Well, that's the last day the stock trades before the dividend is paid out. So if you want to get the dividend, you got to buy it before the EX date. Date number 3 is the date of record. Whoever owns the stock on the date of record is entitled to the dividend. Date number 4, the payment date. That's when you get your money. 4 dates. So, date number 2, date number 3. These little green dots. Okay, let me read them to you. Mandalese, U.S. Bank, AbbVie, Bank Mellon, MasterCard, Verizon, American Express, Bristol Myers Squibb, Globe Life. Now, you don't see anything down here because this is 2 or 3 weeks away. So they're not posted yet. But if we jump back to last year, okay, last year, this exact time frame, well, it's the exact same stocks. Look, American Express, Bristol Myers Squibb, Globe Life, MasterCard, Verizon, AbbVie, Procter & Gamble, Bank Mellon, Wells Fargo, Ally, and Aon. Now, these are on Warren Buffett's list. These are Warren Buffett stocks. So let's just jump back up to this year again. Okay, so here we are this year. You see how the other ones down here haven't filled in yet? Because they're 3 or 4 weeks away. Question. Adam, do you get your premiums right away or at the end of the week? No. The beauty of doing a covered call. If I buy the stock first thing tomorrow morning, if I sell the covered call, the option against it, which gives somebody the right, not the obligation, to buy it from me for the exact same price I paid for it, the premium goes into my account instantaneously. Now I have a credit card and a debit card attached to my trading account. So when I collect premiums, well, that's what I use to pay my bills. Kind of makes sense, right? Okay, so Jake, if I'm looking at dividends, why would the price matter? I'm going to touch on that in a second. Hold on. So the dividend, I only use that to tell me when to buy the stock. Because you see the little green date, right? The green dot right here for AbbVie? That's the 15th. Now, if I'm going to buy AbbVie, I'm not going to buy it the 14th, the 11th, or the 10th. No. I'm going to buy it 2 weeks before the dividend, okay? Which would be here, the 30th. 2 weeks before on a Monday. Now, what am I going to do? Well, I'm going to collect the premium and not the dividend. Because let's jump over to the trade. See, right now, AbbVie has a dividend of $1.55. Okay, $1.55 is the dividend for AbbVie. So if I come over here, put AbbVie in the trade grid, ABBV, all right? Now it's at $196. Okay, here's the purchase price. The last trade, the bid, the ask, the volume, the high, the low, the open, the close. Those are all the numbers for the stock. From here down is all the option information. They call that the option chain. Okay, if I go here, well, that's next week. Now look at the dates for October. Well, that's tomorrow. Okay, these are weekly options. They expire every Friday. 4 October, well, that's tomorrow. 11 October, that's next Friday. 18 October, that's 3 Fridays away. 25 October, that's 4 Fridays. Every Friday, they have options that expire. So if I jump in on a Monday, I sell an option that's going to expire on a Friday. Well, I collect all that time value. So let's get back to my example. If I buy this at 196, the closest strike price is going to be the 195 or the 197.50. Okay, great. So if I sell the 195, I'm losing $1.22 right off the top because I'm buying at 196.22. If I sell the 195s, well, I'm getting $2.55. Well, if I take the 122 off of there, I'm still walking away with 145 or 133. Okay, this one is giving me 138. Not quite 1%. But here's the thing. It is still higher than the dividend. Darbin Lee, how are you? It's still higher than the dividend. So that's what I want to take. I would prefer to get the premium because see, if I buy it here, right, sell this here, come Friday, if the stock is above that price, I'm going to be back into cash and I'm getting more than the dividend. So let's say hypothetically speaking, it doesn't work that way. So let's go back here. So if I buy it on Monday, okay, where are we? We're way over here, holy cow. Okay, and I get that 1% for the first week, all right? And if it's in the money, well, I'm back into cash. If it's out of the money, then I just take the stock into the next week and I do another covered call. So I can get 1%, I can get another 1%, I can get another 1% and the dividend. So I'm not just buying it to collect the dividend, I'm collecting the premiums and the dividends. Once it hits my target price, well, I'm out with a profit. So the profit I'm looking for is 1% per week. So if I buy it at one price, sell it at the exact same price, collect a premium of 1%, 1% a week is over 50% per year. Now, it's a very simple strategy. It was created for a 9-year-old. Okay, so for a 9-year-old, it has to be simple, safe, predictable, consistent, no way to lose. Now, my daughter, who's 25 at the moment, when she was 9 back in 2008, she jumps up on my lap and says, "Daddy, can you teach me how to do this?" I said, okay. So I had to come up with a trading strategy specifically for her. And the most important one was number 5, something that she will not lose. Because we all know what happens if a 9-year-old little girl starts losing money. She's gonna cry, Daddy's gonna feel like crap, Mama's gonna get involved, I'm gonna be sleeping on the couch. No thank you. We all know how that goes. Not a good thing. So, simple, safe, predictable, consistent, and no way to lose. Fine. So, here's the 5 rules to come along with that. Rule number 1, never buy something you don't understand. Never sell at a loss. Make sure the company's consistently profitable. Make sure, make sure there's weekly options. Weekly options. I want to get a weekly cash flow. And 5, make sure the numbers work. What are the numbers? We're going to go through all this stuff in a little bit. Okay, we're going to go here. We're going to go there. We're going to go there. I'm recording over here, so I have to hit these buttons to make sure we're good to go. Here we go. So we're going to get ready to record again. So, never buy something you don't understand. Never sell at a loss. Make sure the company's consistently profitable. Make sure there's weekly options. And make sure the numbers work. Now, it's a 5-step plan. It's really not that difficult. All right? Now, to answer your question, is my daughter still trading? No, she's not. At age 13, she did the girly thing. You know, dresses, hair, makeup, boys. Yeah, could care less about money. Isn't that weird? Anyway, let's go back to another stock. Let's take a look at something else. So, we didn't even finish with Starbucks. Let's finish with Starbucks. SBUX. Okay, so Starbucks, high, a low, where was it? Where is it? What direction is it going? Well, she went up, she went down, she went up. Now she's going sideways. She's currently at 95.56. The closest one's going to be the 96. That's over 1%. That works for me. So let's zoom in to Starbucks. The last 30 days. Here we go. Last 30 days. Look what happened. Down, 30-day bottom. Shoots up, 30-day top. Back down, back up, back down. She's come to the downside. So what we're going to do with Starbucks is we're going to write it down and take a look at it for next week. Because if she's coming down now, when she finds the bottom down here somewhere, I want to be ready to jump in as she turns around and goes back up again. I'll grab my 1%. Thank you very much. See you next time. What does it mean when the chart gaps a lot like that? What does it mean? Well, they call it a black swan because it is out of the ordinary and it doesn't happen all the time. I mean, ask yourself a question. How often have you seen a black swan? Okay, not very often. So how often do you see something like this happen? Okay, how often do you see something like that? Well, something happened somewhere, somehow. Now, there's only one person only one person who is in charge of what a stock opens for at the next day. That's the market maker. The market maker is the only person who controls the opening price of the day. Now we the investors, me and you, we tell you where the high is, we tell you where the low is, and we tell you where the opening and close is. Because as soon as the market opens, the market maker opens at a certain price. That's done by the market maker, the only number that's controlled by one person. That's the market maker. That's the opening of the day. We, you and me, we decide by our buying and our selling where's the high is going to be, where's the low is going to be. Okay, and the close just so happens to be a roll of the dice. Whoever has the last trade of the day, well, that's the last trade of the day. It could be anyone. It could be any number. Okay, there could be 1,000 people here. We all bid and buy and sell at the exact same time, but only one is going to be the last trade of the day. It is what it is. Opening price, controlled by the market maker. The highs and lows, that's controlled by us. Okay, the ending price of the day, the closing price of the day, that's a roll of the dice. Okay, so those are the numbers, blah, 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 whatever, whatever, whatever. Here's the volume. How many shares traded today? 5.5 million shares. So those are the numbers. All the numbers you need to know for the stock is up here. All the numbers you need to know for the options are down here. Now, we buy good quality stocks. We sell options against them, and that's called a covered call or a buy right. Okay, it goes by different names, but it's still the same thing. I think the Europeans call it a rental. It's like you buy the stock and you rent it out. I have no idea what that means, but basically the same thing. What it is I'm selling my rights. Now, if I own the stock, I can sell my rights to Peter, John, Oscar, Fred, whoever. I can sell them the right to buy it from me at a certain price by a certain date. Strike prices is the price. The certain date is the weekly option. Okay, so for 1 week would be the 11th. So if I sell my option to someone to buy it from me anytime between when I sell it and the expiration date, which is 4 o'clock Friday afternoon on the 11th, which is next Friday. Okay, so I want to make sure I get a 1% return for my efforts. A good quality stock at the right time. There's a couple of things I would really like you to get from this interaction here. Number one is, does it make sense? Number two, can you picture yourself doing this? It's really not that difficult. Now, for me, anytime you hear any one of my videos, I'll say, hey, this is James from Dividend Stock Talk. Brought to you by the 10-Minute Trader. The trading strategy was created for my 9-year-old daughter back in 2008. It was designed specifically, simple, safe, predictable, consistent, no way to lose, for her to trade 10 minutes or less. Really not that difficult. Step number one, choose your stocks. What do I mean by that? Well, there's 9,664 different companies. Paul, your course is fantastic. Thank you to be able to watch you do it live in action. Thank you. Well, I'm like, uh-oh. What's the biggest percentage return you ever made? I don't know. Terribly sorry, dude. I've been doing this for 20 years. I don't really remember. Sorry. I don't really pay attention to what I did yesterday and the day before, because that's the past. That's the history. Nothing I can do about it. I like to stay focused on the present and the possible future, because none of us are guaranteed a future. There's no guarantee that you're going to wake up tomorrow morning, because all we have is right here, right now. That's the present. Anyway, that being said, sorry, I don't know my best trade. I don't. Okay, I remember a few of them. Okay, I remember one time I typed in the wrong stock symbol, and I think it tripled in price overnight. I said, holy shit, cool. I said, what the hell company is that? Because I meant to do Delta Airlines, and I did, I think it TAL, I think it was. I had no idea what company it was, but it tripled in price overnight. I said, well, dumb, cool mistake. Anyway, that's what it is. Let's move on. Let's pick something else. I'm going to pick something else. Next on the list, Walgreens. Walgreens. Everybody goes, Walgreens. Okay, let's put in Walgreens. I'm kind of curious, what did Walgreens do today? All right. Okay, we're going to take a quick look at Walgreens. You ready? Walgreens, WBA. First thing I want to see. The high of the year, the low of the year, where was it a year ago, where is it now, and what direction is it going? Those are the 5 things. You're going to see a lot of 5s, okay? 5 criteria, 5 rules, 5 charts, 5 a lot of things. I like the number 5. You can refer to the Bible to that if you like, if you know what that means. 5. All right, so the high, 26.50, the low, 8.67. Okay, currently the stock price is 8.66. Well, the closest strike price, if I buy this tomorrow, is going to be the 8.50. And that's going for 39 cents a share. Well, that's crazy. Because if I take off the 16 cents that I'm losing, remember, if I buy it at 8.66, if I sell it to someone at 8.50, well, I'm losing 16 cents right off the top. Okay, but I'm collecting 39 cents. So if I take the 16 cents off there, I'm walking away with 23. 23 cents. I know it doesn't sound like a lot, but look at it percentage-wise. If the stock is 8.66 and I'm getting 23 cents a share, that's almost 3% for 1 week. Well, here's the problem with Walgreens. It's been in a downturn for quite a while. Why is that? Well, that's because the current administration doesn't want to prosecute theft. Okay, there's 8,700 stores, 8,700 Walgreens stores worldwide. Now, the Walgreens store is not the only thing they own, not the pharmacies, not the only thing they own. They actually have their own name brand products. I think it's called 7 Mascara or 7 Makeup. I have no idea, but it's in 22,000 stores worldwide. And they own a lot of real estate. So this company's been around for 170 years. Yeah, they're having an issue because of crime, and the current administration doesn't want to prosecute crime. Okay, so that's the problem. How do we fix it? Fine, you take the non-performing stores and you cut them loose. Well, Walgreens already said a couple of months ago they're going to reduce their stores by 25%. So whatever stores aren't turning a profit, they're going to get rid of them. Well, that just freaking makes sense. Isn't that crazy that it makes sense? Well, if it's losing money, why keep carrying it? That's like having a deadbeat uncle keep hitting you up for cash every couple of weeks. Hey, I'm short on cash. Can you give me some? Hey, I'm short on cash. Can you do? Yeah. Deadbeat cousin always needing money. Yeah, no thanks. All right, we're missing out on some of these questions. Let's just save that one. Okay, we're going to take a quick on some of these questions. Let's just save that. Let's go here. Going to do another video. All right, right. There we go. Okay. All right, so let's see if Walgreens actually makes sense for this week. So if I can buy it tomorrow morning at 8.66 and I sell the 8.50s, well, I'm bringing in, was it 20, 23 cents? That's close to 3% trade. Okay, great. A year ago, we're at 22.40. The high of the year, which was in December, 26.92. Well, here's the bottom right here. Looks like it was last week. Okay? The 25th is the 30-day bottom. She shoots up, pulls back down. She's going to continue to come down until she turns around and does this again. Hits bottom and goes back up again. That's where I want to jump in. Hit bottom, turn around, go back up again. Well, I already own some Walgreens, but I keep selling covered calls against it every week, and it keeps bringing me in 1% to 2% every single week. So, Jake, I'm kind of hoping I answered your question, why do dividends matter? And I explained to you what the gaps were. So let's go through some more of these questions. Doc's here. Hey, Doc, what's happening? Izora, would you invest in FCX as it starts with upward trend? No, because it only has 10 years of dividends, and they're not increasing dividends. When I say I like increasing profits, here's how I measure increasing profits. I go, let's record this one. Okay, now the reason why I like increasing profits is because I want to make sure the company is consistently profitable. It only makes sense to me. What does it mean? We're going to touch on that in a little bit, but let me continue with the profit part. I like 20 years, that's 2 decades, 20 years of increasing profits. Now, I could take a look at all the corporate reports, all the quarterly reports, all the annual reports, and I can look at all the, fundamentals. Or I can cheat and go directly to the dividends. Let me explain. The dividend is in a few words, the profit that is shared by the company paid to the investors. So as we buy stocks, we own part of the company. Not a huge part, but a very small part. So there's two different kinds of companies. Companies take all the profits, put it back into the company for capital growth, so the stock price goes up fast. Okay, great, fine. I'm not looking for that. If you're here looking for that, you're in the wrong place. Point blank, simple. I'm not looking for capital appreciation. I'm 60 years old. I do not have the time, nor do I have the luxury of putting a big fat chunk of money into a company and waiting 5, 10, 15 years for it to grow. Sorry, if that's what you're looking for, you're in the wrong place. The second company, okay, there's only two different kinds that share their profits and the kinds that don't share the profits. So the ones that I like are the companies that pay a dividend. The dividend is a portion of the profits that are pushed on or passed on to the investors. That's you and me. So if the company is profitable, we're going to get a dividend. If that dividend increases every single year, well, logic, reason, and common sense tells me that the company is consistently profitable, because they cannot give the investors more and more money every year if they're not profitable, because it's written right into their, I don't know, call them bylaws or their business plan. We're profitable, we hand money back to the investors, because if it wasn't for the investors, we wouldn't be here. So I go directly to the investor, I go directly to the dividends. If they consistently increase every single year, well, then that means to me that they're consistently profitable. Those are the only companies I invest in. 2 decades, 20 years of increased dividends. Now you're probably asking, well, who are those? Dividend kings, dividend aristocrats, dividend champions, dividend challengers, no, dividend contenders. Okay, and then I like to throw in Warren Buffett's list to round it out to 5. Remember I said I like that 5? All right, so let's go to the next question. ASTS is a no. Absolutely correct. Keep going, keep going. Uh-oh, all these questions. 99, holy cow. Holy cow. A lot of, you guys want a lot. Okay, no, these guys are just signing in. Hello, Sinbad, 550, what is that? Uh-oh. The fundamental being positive. Well, Landon, yes and no. I go directly to the dividends. If the dividend consistently increases, that's good enough for me. Keep this up. I thank you so much. I only am able to log in for short periods, but learning something. Mother Steve, cool beans. Steve Jones, what do you think about CVS? Okay, Stevie, I actually have some CVS, but let's take a gander at it. CVS. Uh-oh, let's try it again. Click here, CVS. All right, here we go. CVS, first thing I want to look at. Okay, first thing I always want to look at. The high of the year, the low of the year. Where was it a year ago? Where is it now? What direction is it going? Well, up, down, sideways, up. So it's going up right at the moment. This is the whole year. It gives me an idea of what the stock is doing. So let's zoom in a little bit closer. Okay, but before we zoom in closer, let's make sure it's going to be worth our time and our effort. I want to make sure I'm going to get my 1%. All right, so current price, $63.20. The 63 is going for $1.26. Well, I'm making my 1% there. The 64 is going for 80 cents. I'm making my 1% there. Now let's actually do a trade so you actually see what it looks like. Let's hit the numbers, let's hit the chart and see if it's the right time to buy. Okay, so a year ago, 69.36, way over here. Our top right there, let's take a look at the top. The top was in January, 83.04. Big drop down here, and she's going sideways. Look at that sideways action. Isn't that lovely? Look, down, up, down, up, down, up, down, up, down, up, down, up, down, up. Well, what do you think is coming next? It's coming down next. So, as much as I like CVS, I'm probably not going to jump into it this week, only because, see the channel that it's in? It's at the top of the channel. It means she's getting ready to come down. So let's zoom into the 30 days, give you a better idea of what I'm talking about. 30 days right there. Okay? 30 days. This is the 30-day chart. Okay? High, low. Where was it? Where is it? What direction is it going? Okay, she went down, up, down, up. Well, now she should be coming down because sideways for a little bit, but still slowly drooping. Yeah, this baby's going to drop. I want to take a look at it again in 2 weeks. I love CVS. Doesn't look good for next week, but it could be good for 2 weeks from today. I just got to get to the right page. Okay, and no, I do not do it on the computer. I actually write it down. I don't trust computers. Isn't that weird? Here I am standing in front of a computer showing you what I'm doing, but do I trust them? No, I don't. That's why I write stuff down in my little book. Okay, and the reason why is I'm old school. Okay, I believe in picking up the phone and calling someone. I believe in writing stuff down because if and when the internet goes out, or if or when the electricity goes out, I still have it written down somewhere. Okay, a little weird, I know. All right, next question. They are too high. Bought them at 55. Andrea, I'm only getting half of this conversation, so I don't know what you're talking about. Keep it up. Okay, got that one. Ray J, baby. Are you trading options? Jay, yes, we are. All right. KA shared the live. Encourage more viewers to share. Yeah, if you guys keep sharing. I'll tell you what. If at 11:30, now I'm usually here from 9 until 11:30. If at 11:30 we have more than 200 people, I'll stay on longer. Okay, so we're done with that video. Okay, put that there. Let's see if it saves. I have no idea. And right there we go. So maybe it saves, maybe it doesn't. Thoughts on TSLY, synthetic covered call? Jesse, TSLY. I always get a little uncomfortable with TSLY. TSLY. Now, the reason why I get a little uncomfortable with TSLY is it is a monthly optional stock. What does that mean? Well, it means you can only do a covered call once a month. Now, I admit freely, I did not go to college. I admit freely, I have no professional background in this. I did what you call a school of hard knocks. What does that mean? That means I try something, I get knocked down. I try something, I get knocked down. I try something else, I get knocked down. I try something else, I get knocked down. I keep doing it until I figure it out. Now, I've been doing this for 20 years. The last 15 years I've been most successful. The first 5 were kind of disastrous. Okay? Okay, now, first 5 years I'm trading. Then 2008, my daughter jumps on my lap and said, Daddy, can you teach me how to do this? Okay, great. I teach her the strategy. And the strategy I created for her was surpassing what I was doing. Okay, and the best thing at all, it was taking less time. And it was more consistent. It was consistently profitable. Okay, so less time, consistently profitable. I haven't really had a losing year for the past 15 years. So imagine it, 1% a week, every single week. Are you happy when the stocks don't get called away? I twisted Philly. Really, honestly, don't care. And I know it sounds weird, but I honestly don't care because what I'm looking for is all right, let's change it to something else. I'm looking to collect the premium. I'm not looking for the stock to go up. I could really care less if the stock goes up. I got a couple of factors that I want to keep in mind. Number one, make sure it's a good company. Okay, you will see the stocks that I invest in. Let's go back here, open it up. Okay, let's change this list to right here. Okay, let's go back so you can actually see more of them. All right, here we go. Listen to some of these stocks that I invest in, and then mentally make a note which one you never heard of. All right? Cardinal Health, Comcast, Cisco, American Express, MasterCard, Bristol Myers Squibb, General Dynamics, JP Morgan, General Mills, AT&T, Verizon, Hormel, Abbott Labs, AbbVie, Lennar, Caterpillar, Procter & Gamble, PNC Bank, Clorox, Lowe's, Bank Mellon, U.S. Steel, Citigroup, Wells Fargo, Ford, Kinder Morgan. Now this is just 1 month. Okay, I have about 8 or 9 lists of stocks that I do. You know, Dividend Kings, Dividend Aristocrats, Dividend Champions. These companies are over 100 years old, most of these. It's my 100-year-old stocks. And then I have my 20-year-old list stock, the stock list that I have accumulated over the last 20 years. Now most of these stocks you see, increase in value just before the dividend date. Well, that tells me when to buy it, because the stocks only move for 2 reasons. 1 or 2. 1 being what's called an unknown reason. Okay, natural disaster, earthquake, hurricane, tornado, tsunami, lightning, a major lawsuit come in the middle of nowhere, the death of a remember when Steve Jobs died? Nobody knew that, and then the stock price goes down. On Thinkorswim, how do I narrow down my dividend calendar? Do you stay away from earnings calls week because of volatility? No, I don't pay attention to earnings at all. Okay, you see right here, I look at the dividends only. I could care less about the earnings. I've seen positive earnings where stocks go down. I've seen negative earnings where stocks go up. I forget where I was. So as I was saying, each one of these companies, you probably heard of every single one. So I have a couple of simple rules. Rule number 1, never buy something you don't understand. I know what every single one of these companies does. U.S. Steel, well, they make steel. Citigroup, they do finances. Wells Fargo, bank. Bank Mellon, well, it's bank. Procter & Gamble, they make consumer goods. Caterpillar, well, we know that one. Hormel, we know that one. Abbott Labs, AbbVie, MasterCard, American Express, well, I know those. Rule number 1, never buy something you don't understand. If you don't understand it, don't buy it. There's 9,664 different companies out there. Odds are you're not going to know 90% of everything out there. But I do know all of these, and those are the only ones I invest in. I don't ever invest in something I don't know. Because rule number 1, also, if you don't understand it, don't buy it. Buy it as if you're going to buy it and hold on to it for the rest of your life. Jesse, TSLY, monthly. Yeah, we don't do monthlies. They just don't pay the same. DVA, Moderna, low battery. How the hell can I have a low battery over here? That's not right. No. Okay. That's good. Low battery. Twisted Philly, no. Are you happy when your stocks don't get called away? I'm neutral. I really honestly don't care. If it's a good company, I have no problem hold on to it. If I can consistently get 1% every week, I don't really care. I will hold on to it. Okay? So, let's get back to looking at something else. Okay. Something else. CVS, mRNA. Wasn't that Moderna? mRNA. Moderna. Okay, so Moderna, here we go. Here we go. High, low, where was it? Where is it? What direction? Up and then down. Okay, those are the 5 things. Where was it? Where is it? The high, the low, and where was the direction? Okay, great. So the current price, 61.24. The closest one is going to be the 61, which is going 204. That's more than 1%. Or the 62, 155. That's more than 1%. The 63, that's more than 1%. The 64, 87, that's more than 1%. The 65, that's more than 1%. Any one of these is giving me more than 1%. So here's the thing, how do you pick? Well, what's the reward risk ratio? And biggest question of all, do I like Moderna? And do I like Moderna at this current price? Okay, the high is way up here, the bottom's way down here. So you have to make up your mind. Is this a good deal at this moment in time? Well, what is the chart telling me? Okay, just because the numbers work, that's only half the equation. It's an important half of the equation, but what's more important than that is I don't want to buy it at the wrong time. I want to make sure the odds and probabilities are in my favor. So if I'm picking a good company, I want to pick a good company at the right time. Okay, there's no, it's, it doesn't make any sense jumping on a racehorse after it just won a race. Well, you want to get it just as it's coming into the race. Okay, here's the race right here. Well, he's at the top. Now it's coming down. Is that where I want to jump in? No, I want to jump in when it's well rested, turning around and getting ready to go back up again. However, whatever metaphor you want to use. Okay, let's keep on going. Uh-oh. Andrea, Jesse was going to say, uh-oh, I didn't get that. Jesse was going to say CVS is too high and on its way down. Yeah, you're right. DVA, Boeing, yeah, no. James, do you ever buy during the week or just on Mondays? Laurie, that's a good question. I will see. Here's an interesting thing that you didn't know, and I never know when it's going to happen, is every once in a while, now, it's not my intention to collect a dividend. So let's go back here for a second. Okay, so hypothetically speaking, here's Procter & Gamble. So if I buy Procter & Gamble, I like to buy 2 weeks before the dividend. Dividend's here, 2 weeks on a Monday, which should be way over here. Now, every once in a while, I will buy a stock. Procter & Gamble, Monday. Doesn't hit my target, so I do it again. Doesn't hit my target, so I do it again. Doesn't hit my target, so I do it again. And I keep on doing it until it hits my target. But lo and behold, every once in a while, I'll get a dividend check just pop up into my account. Like this one time, I'm looking at my account, and on a Thursday, $6,000 just showed up. I said, well, where the hell did that come from? Well, it came from some dividends that I collected. Oh, great. What do I do with it? So I jumped in. I think it was on a Thursday. I jumped in and I bought something for the next previous week. I don't let any money sit around. People always say, well, you should never invest all your money at once. What the hell else am I going to do with it? Let it sit there and collect dust? Or worse than that, let it sit there, collect 3 or 4% in a money market account and actually lose money because the inflation is way surpassing anything anyone else pays? No. I prefer to have it invested at all times because I make every single week a safe, predictable, consistent 1% per week. Now, for those of you that are new here and don't really know me and never really seen any of this before, well, here is my homepage, my website. Now, I do suggest, okay, a couple of things. Number one, never blindly listen to anybody online. Okay, I could be lying for all I know, for all you know. Take what I say with a grain of salt. Don't listen to a damn word I say. If it sounds interesting, write it down, go do your own research. But here's what I'm saying. Right here, what you're looking at are all the trades that I've made this year from January 1st, actually January 2nd, because there's no trading on the 1st, January 2nd till last Friday. Now, I update my website on the weekends, so I won't update this week's trades until Sunday. Then I'll post them. But as you can see, I shared 3 accounts. The beginning of the year, it was just 2 accounts. But then I added a 3rd in July. So here, week number 1 gives you all the trades. You click on any one of them, and it'll tell you exactly the time that I bought it, what kind of a trade it was, how many I bought and sold, who it was, Ford, Comcast, Southwest Airlines, General Motors, CVS. Okay? The strike prices that I sold, the stock prices that I paid, the premiums I collected, and then all the other information. Okay, so for week number 1 of the year, well, I collected 2.99% for week number 1. Now, if you go to the upside from here, well, there's week 2, week 3, week 4, week 5. But look what I added just last week. I found this after looking at one of my old websites. Okay, I actually found my very first trades. Starting date, August 31st, 2011. I've been doing this for a while. Now, I've been trading before that, because remember I told you, my daughter wanted me to teach her in '08. Well, here's 111. I only started doing a blog in 2011, but I taught my daughter when she was 9, okay, which was in 2008. So, here's my first trades. Okay, 2011, all my trades are here. 2012, 2013 tells you the profit. Look, I was averaging 9% a month back in 2011. 2012, I was averaging 8%. Now look what happened in 2013. I was only averaging 3% per month. Okay, you know, you don't win them all. But if you come down, now look at any one of these. Here we go. Look at this one. This one is 2014. This one's 2012. 2012. The profit and losses. I actually found those. And I said, hey, you know what? People might be interested in finding. But yeah, I actually show all the trades I've done all year long. Okay, here's week number 3 for this year. Okay, General Motors, Ford, Target, Macy's, KeyBank, Ford. Okay, they're all listed. I don't hide anything. So this year, it was two accounts all the way up to July, I think. And then July, I added a third. Yep, right here. Okay, week number 28, second week of the third quarter. Okay, it wasn't the first week of the third quarter, the second week. So that was in the second week of July. Okay, account number 3. Very first week on this account, 3.84. Not bad, in my humble opinion, of course. Okay, so let's go back to what we're doing. So for those of you who don't know me, okay, which I don't blindly think that you guys are going to follow me and listen to me when I say. Don't do that. Do your own research. I'm looking for a man in finance, 6'3", blue eyes. Yeah, sorry, honey, I'm only 5'11". Okay, and I have 2 different color eyes. One's blue, one's discolored because I got an injury years ago. How do you find out what's causing past volume spikes? Ooh, that's a good question. Oh no, sorry about that, dude, or honey, whatever. Cordy Trust Fund. Paul, Cordy, what the heck is Cordy Trust Fund? Cordy. Is that Q-A-R-T-Y? That doesn't make any sense. Doesn't even find it. All right. Oh, shit, that hurts. So hopefully I answered that question for you. CAG. So TriPoster. How do you find out? Commenter Cordy. Okay, Paul, I have no idea what Cordy means. Let's look up Georgia Pacific. Isn't that GP? GP. Nope. Georgia Pacific. You actually got to give me the ticker symbol because I've never traded it. Oh, you're Cordy. Okay. How you doing? Okay, Jokester. Cordy, Georgia Pacific. You actually have to give me the ticker symbol because believe it or not, I've never traded Georgia Pacific. Do you use 10 contracts for each of these companies a month? Nope. Sometimes it's all on the dollar cost average. Okay, if I can afford 10 contracts, I do 10. Sometimes I do 40, sometimes I do 50. The most I've ever done, I believe, was 73. 73 contracts is the most I've ever done. Would it be a mistake to buy and reinvest dividends? Okay, Michael T. Justice, it's always going to be a personal preference. I can't tell you what to do. I don't know what is right for you. So what's right for you may not be right for Jokester, may not be right for Jackson, may not be right for Car 9. Is that K9? Yeah, whatever. Everyone is different. You have to decide what is right for you. You have to decide what is your risk factors. What are you willing to put up? What are you willing to risk? What are you looking for? You have to find your own trading strategy, your own risk. How much are you willing to put up? Okay, what happens if it goes against you? So I had certain rules for my daughter, and those were it. Never buy something you don't understand. Never sell at a loss. Make sure the company's consistently profitable. Weekly options, and then double check the numbers. That's were the rules. The rules were what the rules were, and they were there specifically to guide her. Now, she's 9 years old. She didn't know any better. Adults have a tendency to screw things up. I mean, look at it. Children, if you leave them alone, well, they can basically figure things out. Adults, no, they get their egos in their way. They want to be right. Even when they're wrong, they don't want to admit they're wrong. Whatever. Anyway, let's keep on going. Shannon. Uh-oh. I missed Shannon's. Jesse. Simone! Here we go. Sharon. I thought you were only looking at stocks 2 weeks before the dividends, or just 1% you look at. Shannon, think of it as a river. Okay, it flows. It constantly flows. If I buy something and I'm holding on to it, well, I keep looking at that one stock and try to get the best rate of return. Okay, and I don't like selling for a loss. So I'll stick with one stock until I get what I want out of it. And yes, every Monday I will look at stocks 2 weeks before the dividend is coming to make sure that I'm buying it at the right time. And then I'll take a look at the chart, so the chart will tell me or confirm that I'm buying it at the right time. Shark, what's up? Simone, how are you today? Jesse, what are your thoughts on technicians, chartists, and how have you become one? Okay, Jesse, I honestly don't know what you're talking about. Seriously, I mean, I have I'm trying to think of the right word. No academic background. I mean, I never went to college for this. I never studied for this. I took the road less traveled. I did something, made a mistake, fell on my face. Okay, I made a note. Don't ever do that again. I did something else. Win, lose, I write it down. I don't ever do it again if I'm wrong. If I'm right, I do it again. See, I come from a time frame, the 60s, 70s, and 80s, where if it ain't broke, don't fix it. So the trading strategy I created for my daughter back in 2008, it consistently made money week after week after week. So it's simple. If it ain't broke, don't fix it. Great Gold Man 1. Cool beans. How are you doing over there? So the thing is, if it ain't broke, don't fix it. Leave it alone. It works perfectly fine. Buy a good company. Sell somebody else the rights. Collect the 1% premium if it's over 1%. There's 9,664 different companies to choose from. Well, only pick the ones that are profitable. Think about it. It only makes sense. Why would you take your hard-earned money and put it into a company that's not profitable? Well, how do you find out if it's profitable? Well, you get two choices. Read all the quarterly reports and the annual reports and do all that fundamental analysis, or bypass all that crap and go directly to the dividends. If the dividend is a portion of the profits, if that increases every single year, well, the company's got to be profitable. If you're increasing your profits to the shareholders, well, you got to be consistently profitable. And if you're not consistently profitable, well, the dividends won't increase. Why would I want to look at a company like that? Okay, I have over 300 that actually increase their dividends every single year, year after year after year. To me, it's a no-brainer. If they're consistently profitable, that's who I want to trust with my money. It boggles my mind. It boggles my mind how simple that is. If the company is profitable, well, let's bet on it again. If I'm going to go to the horse races, I want to bet on the horse that wins every time. That just makes sense. It boggles my mind, some of the crap you guys invest in. No, I'm not talking you in particular, because some of you don't know any better. Now, I talk to a lot of people, a lot of people. They buy stuff because somebody recommends it to them. They don't actually look at the paperwork. They don't look at the details. They don't look at their past performance. Well, you think VOO is good? Well, I'll buy some VOO. VOO is a piece of crap. SCHD, somebody asks me every day about SCHD. I say, hell no. Take a look at the numbers. What are they paying on dividends on a consistent basis? It goes up, it goes down, it goes up, it goes down. Now, when you're retired, and don't kid yourself thinking you're not going to retire, at some point, you are going to be too damn old to go to work, and they're going to tell you to stay home. There's 3 ways to retire. 1, you age out. Okay, you come to work one day, say, oh, whoa, you're just too old to work. You can be insulted, you can be anything you want to be. You're just too damn old to go to work. Okay, can you really be a worker on the docks at 80, 90 years old? No, you can't. You just can't physically do it. Okay? Now, you're going to age out. That's number one. Number two, you're going to walk out because you saved enough money or you invested enough money where the money you invest consistently gives you enough to pay your bills. That's where I'm at. Okay, last November, I said, hey, I got enough. I'm making 1% every week. This is enough to pay my bills. I've been working since 1973. I'm looking for cash flow. I'm not looking for capital appreciation. I have no desire to punch a time clock and work for somebody else to get, a small amount of money just to add to the kitty which, I have enough to pay my bills. That's all I need. Okay, I don't need a Lamborghini. I don't need a house on the beach. I don't need a brand new car. I'm a simple man. I don't have extravagant taste. Okay, I grew up in the 60s on welfare. Okay, I was one of those family, JP Morgan, we'll take a look at that one. Okay, my family, JPM. Okay, in the 60s and 70s, we lived on welfare, government assistance. Okay, on holidays, somebody would come to our house with a bag of food because we couldn't afford it. Back then, my mother had 6 kids. My father left in the 60s. So it was my mother by herself with 6 kids in the 70s and 80s. How she did it boggles my mind. She has immaculate records of all the bills she paid. So it's like 60, listen closely, $65 a month for rent. That's what she was paying in the 60s, $65 a month for rent. Food was $15 a month. Whatever it was. Meticulous records every single month. And I look at it and said, how the hell can somebody feed and clothe and provide for 6 kids on the amount of money the government gave her? She did it. Okay? She still to this day keeps immaculate records. It's like, holy cow. I don't know how she did. But anyway, besides the point. I was saying, I don't need a lot. So the amount of money that I have gets me 1% a week. That's enough to pay my bills. That's what I hope you guys get to. Figure out what you need. Not want, huge difference. Okay, you want a brand new car, you want a Lamborghini, you want this, you want that, fine. More power to you. What do you need? Food, shelter, clothing. Those are the only 3 necessities. Everything else is a luxury. Don't kid yourself. Food, shelter, clothing. Everything else is a luxury. Let's keep on going. Jesse, I have no idea what you're talking about. If you can elaborate, I'll be more than happy to answer the question. Shark, okay. Nate, can I ask you what you use to log your trades when wanting to get organized like you? Ooh, please, don't do it like me. Okay, I've been doing it long enough. I keep everything in my head. Okay, so, okay, so at the end of every week, let's do this for a second. Hold on. Let's get out of here. Account statements, right there. Okay, right here. What's today's date? Today's the 3rd. Okay, go here to here. Now I want to take a look at my trade history. Go right there. There you go. That's how I log my trades. After the week is over, I take a look at everything I bought on Monday to Friday. Okay? Monday the 23rd, Friday the 27th. These are all my trades. Riley, Microtechnologies, Halliburton, Kohl's, CVS, Walgreens, Halliburton again. That's how I do all my trades. Notebook used to track everything. Okay, wait a second. The notebook. Let me get the notebook out. Let me show you what I use the notebook for. Now, this notebook is this year's notebook. Believe it or not, I have a bunch of these. This is this week's. Okay? Over here in the top left corner. Sorry. Top right corner. These are the stocks I write down. So you'll hear me saying at night, Walgreens, great, doesn't look good this week. I'll write it down for 2 weeks. In 2 weeks, we'll take a look at it. Top right corner. The ones that are in the middle that are circled, well, those ones look great. Those are the ones I want to trade. Okay? So, this is the start for next week. Okay? This is the start for next week. This is the start for 2 weeks. So, who's that one? Hey, Rich, how you doing? So, every night, I write down what I'm looking at. So, this was last week. See, these are the stocks I wrote down. These are the ones I traded, and these are the ones you guys gave me. Okay? Week before. The ones I like, the ones I traded, the ones you guys gave me. Okay? Keep going back further, 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 further. Keep going, keep going, keep going, keep going, keep going, blah, 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 blah. So, these are the ones for this week. Now, Friday, when Friday comes, we will go through all of these to find out which ones look good for next week. And then I will write them down and I will circle them, whichever ones look good over the weekend. I'll write them down, I'll circle them. And on Monday, me and the trading group, because I actually have a private trading group, which is a paid for service, but it's only $100 a month. You get to watch over my shoulder. You get to see every single trade that I make. And then after I'm finished up with my trades, because I do a podcast and I do a video. Everything's recorded on YouTube, Instagram, Facebook, all that kind of stuff. I post it online for people to see. Guidance, how you doing? So that being said, you get to watch all my trades every morning, Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday, 9 a.m. until you guys have finished asking questions. Now this morning, I think we ran 2 hours. And it was like questions. I have no problem answering questions. That's the service you pay for. $100 a month, you can ask me every question you want. All right? After that, I forget where I was going with that. Don't get old. It's no fun. What's the name of the private trading group? Believe it or not, it doesn't have a name. It's just private trading group. But the private trading group, where is it? Okay, you're over here on YouTube. You actually have to go to my website, The 10-Minute Trader, which is right here. The 10-Minute Trader. Now, don't just blindly do it. Go to Google, do a search. How long has the 10-Minute Trader been available? Well, it's been active for over 20 years. Okay, you can actually, oh, you're gonna love this one. Check this out. Okay, where am I? Okay, here's all my what do you call it? Social media. All right, YouTube, Twitter, Facebook, Instagram, podcast. Yep, I have a podcast. LinkedIn, Patreon, TikTok, books by James. I've actually written 14 books. So come over here to YouTube. Click on that. You'll find this interesting. Interesting, funny, same thing. Okay, so I got 2 lives going at the moment. See? Got live and live, both of them on YouTube. Videos. Go to the oldest. Here's a couple of the oldest videos I could find.
Hi, I'm JC, and you being part of my internet website company, which my dad doesn't let me call it that, but I do.
Did you hear that? Internet Web Club thingy. That's what she used to call it. Internet Web Club thingy.
And every month you'll be getting 4 lists of stocks that you can choose from that'll help you get the best return on your money.
Days in February. There's over 21 days in the month of March. What does that mean? That means every single day you can buy a different stock. Every single day there's a different company paying out dividends. Anyway,
I don't care how long it gets. I always laugh when I see myself doing that. Now, the reason why that is because my daughter was 11 years old. Why is gold increasing so much? Oh, boy. All right. I could answer that question for you. The reason why gold is increasing so much is because all the countries are buying it. Going to definitely check it out. All the countries are buying gold. Why? Because gold has consistently held its value. No matter what has happened in the world, it is an indestructible material. It is used in a lot of industrial applications. It holds its value. So if you took $100,000 in cash, buried it in the ground, and took $100,000 worth of gold, buried it in the ground, came back 15, 20, 30 years later, okay, the paper money would most likely be worthless. The gold will still have value to it. Okay? Paper money is fiat. It doesn't really mean anything. It has no backing to it. It's just an exchange from one person to the other with a false promise that, hey, it's worth something. Now, gold has value. It doesn't increase. You cannot use it for cash flow. Okay, it holds its value. You can't get weekly cash flow from it. Silver is right, correct. Silver, platinum, palladium, titanium, all the precious metals. Yeah, they're going to retain their value in 10, 20, 30 years from now. They're still going to have value to them. Okay, take a look at the Deutschmark from what, the 20s and 30s. Well, it's useless now. The Zimbabwean money, that's useless now. The money down in South America, I forget which country is that. Venezuela, their money is useless now. Okay? Because the governments print it. Just snap the finger, oh, print me up a couple $1 trillion. And then they do. And then we wonder why the value of our dollar is going down. Anyway, don't get me started on. So back to this. This video is 11 years ago. Okay, my daughter was 11 at the time. Wait a minute, it was more than 11 years ago because she's 25 now. 11, that would be 13 years ago, something like that. So that's me 13 years ago. I had a little bit more here then. Believe it or not, I still have this t-shirt. I do. It has American Chopper on it and it says USA on it. I still have that t-shirt. It's got a little holes in it now, so it's probably, retire it. But needless to say, yeah, I've been doing this for a while. Let's go back to where we were. I forget what the conversation was. What the hell were we talking about? All right, a GP. Okay, so somebody wanted me to look at Georgia Pacific. I don't know what the ticker symbol is. Can I ask you, used to log your trades, been wanting to get organized like you? I'm not organized at all, Nate. Okay. The website is, the website, that's Think or Swim. You can actually go to thinkorswim.com and download this onto your computer. I'm up more in a month. That means nothing. Okay. What size is your shirt? Medium. I used to be in a small, but now I'm in a medium. All right. Cameron Griffin. I'm up more in a month. That means nothing. Okay. What happens if you donate a galaxy? I have no idea what that means. Are you trading in a Roth or a basic stock account? How do you deal with taxes? Ooh, sweeties swag. All right, I need you to listen closely. If you're concerned, let me find out. Okay, all right. Sweeties swag, if you're concerned about your taxes, you really, really, really need to talk to a tax strategist. Okay, if you are paying taxes, you need to talk to a tax strategist. How to set up your trading if you're serious about this. How do you set up your trading so you don't have to pay taxes? There are ways of doing it. I cannot tell you that because I'm not your accountant. I cannot tell you that because I am not your tax advisor. I know nothing about you. I cannot guide you in anything. Okay, so there's bunches and bunches of ways of holding your account. You could have it in your personal name. You could have it joint tenancy with your spouse, significant other. You can have a custodial account, which is, run by your grandparents or your parents. You can have a personal account in your own personal name. You can have your account in a corporate name, in the name of a trust, in the pension inside of a corporation. You could have it inside of a nonprofit. You could have it inside of a unincorporated business trust. There's lots of ways you can hold the entity of your trading account. You really, really, really need to talk to a tax strategist or a tax planner. It is your legal responsibility to pay the least amount of taxes as possible. I cannot guide you on that one. Okay? Please let me get you. I have no idea what that means. All right, Nasir, don't put your phone number here. Put it into the DM. Okay, so actually go and email it to me. Okay, it should be, you know what? Here, let me do this right here. I'm going to do this right there, and I'm going to reply right there, and right here. Send me your phone number in my bio, which has my email and my website. There you go. That ought to help out. Okay. All right. No. Okay. Nope. Questions. Jesse, how are your thoughts on? Yeah, I haven't looked at that one. Can I ask you what you use to log your trades? Blah blah blah. Okay, already did that one. What happens in the galaxy? Blah blah blah. Are you trading a Roth Basic? We already did that one. My phone number already did that one. 86. How's it going? CVS, gotta love it. Okay, NOS. Was way too cheap. CVS, got that one. DVA. You talked about Johnson & Johnson last night. I gave you my opinion on Johnson & Johnson last night. Hi, I think a good time to buy DVN. Ooh, Devon Energy. Let's take a look at Devon Energy. DVN. All right, Devon Energy, DVN. First thing I always want to see. Let's come over this side. High, low. Where was it? Where is it? What's the movement? Down, up, down. Okay, we're bouncing off of this bottom right here. I love the bottom of the year. The reason I love the bottom of the year, are you a quant? I have no idea what a quant is. Okay? Now, like I said, never been to college. I have no idea what a quant is. You want to communicate with a mass amount of people, use a 6th grade education level English. Not a college education English, because most people understand a 6th or 7th grade English level better than a college. College also tells you that you went to college and you didn't. I already told you I didn't go to college. So don't use college words to me. Use simple words. There's a thesaurus. I have no desire whatsoever to grab out a thesaurus to find out what the word quant means. I don't know. Many experienced people in finance that did good were in college for something else. Hey, Michael David Robinson, where are you today? I told you, don't talk to me until you're in Punta Cana, brother. Punta Cana, and then FaceTime me. I want to see what the beach looks like. Oh, so we're looking at DVN. See, I got sidetracked. Okay, I admit freely, I got ADD, which is adult attention deficit, whatever. I lose track simply. You're like, squirrel. I get very distracted by shiny objects. And you guys got, all right, so anyway, here we are, DVN, high, low, was, is, direction. She's bouncing off this bottom right here. We're currently at 41.98. The closest strike price to 41.98, well, that's 42. 42 right here, 91 cents. That's over 2%. Here's the question you need to ask yourself. Do I like Devon Energy? I like Devon Energy. Devon Energy is paying 2% for this week. I buy it at the current price. I sell it to someone else at the almost the exact same price. Look at this, 41.98. Okay, the only closer you're going to get to 41.98, I mean to 42, from 41.98 is 41.99. Well, it's 41.98. The closest you're going to get to 42 is 1 penny. All right, so if I buy it here, I sell this one, I'm collecting 91 cents. That's more than 2% for the week. I'm looking for 1, this is giving me 2. All right, now the numbers work. Is it the right time? Well, let's take a look. A year ago, here we are. Okay, a year ago, we're at 45.74. High of the year, right here, the middle of April, 55.13. Okay, see the numbers right there, 55.13, or I can go right over here, 55.09. All right, well, same thing, right up there, 55. All right, from there, very slow movement to the downside, drops right here, and a week ago is our bottom of the year. I love the bottom of the year. The reason being, you're going to make your money buying low, selling high. You can't get any lower than the low of the year. Well, that was a week ago. Great. Well, where is it now? I want to take a look at the last 30 days. Because the last 30 days gives me an idea of where it's going next. 30 days ago, down, up, down, up. It's still going to the upside. It hasn't stopped yet. So there's a possibility, not a probability. Because look, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. So if I buy it now and sell one for next Friday, well, I'm betting for another 5 days of going up. Well, then it would be 10 days to the upside. When is the last time this stock went 10 days to the upside? Well, how about right over here? Take a look at this. So it has done it before. Look, that's a nice movement to the upside. So we could actually be in that same scenario. Okay? Look, here's the high. Here's the low. Well, now it's going to the upside. Can it continue going up? Yes, it can. Okay? 30-day bottom is right there. 41.79. I can buy it for 41.98. The closest one's going to be the 42. It's paying over 2%. Does it make sense? Let's actually do a quick little trade, and you can see exactly how it's done. First off, let's get rid of the chart because we already decided 42 is what we like. Let's get rid of that. Now we're going to change this right here where it says single. We want to change it to where it says covered call. So I want to buy the stock, sell the option all in one trade. Cuts the dividend, cuts the commissions in half. All right, so if I do that right there, that's not the right one. This one right here. All right, now remember, it's currently at 41.98. I want to do the 42s, which is right here. Okay, and I want to do next Friday's, not this one. Let's get rid of this one. Get rid of that one, because we want to do the 11th. So here's the 42 right here. This is what I'm paying. Okay? It automatically fills. Now, mine automatically fills at 1,000 shares or 10 contracts. Now, if you can't afford 1,000 shares, just change it. So let's do 300 shares. Okay, so 300 shares at 40 bucks. What's that, 1,200 bucks, something like that? I don't know. Okay, now I want to change this to a market order because I want it to fill instantaneously. All right, here we go. Here's what it sounds like. Now, I always tell people, read it out loud because most beginners are going to make the mistake by hitting the wrong button. So if I'm reading it out loud, I'm going to buy 3 covered calls of DVN. October 11th, 2024. Oh, that's next Friday. That's when the option expires. So I want to make sure I'm buying it at the right time and the right price to make sure it's in my favor. All right, so if I'm buying it there, selling it there, the 42 call, remember, we already looked at the charts and we said 42 looks good. So I'm going to buy it at the 42 area. Then I'm going to sell it to someone else. Look at my break even. The break even, which means if on Friday it is $40.85 or higher, I'm going to make something. Now, I would prefer it to be over 42. But break even is 40.85. Well, it's currently at 41.98. So odds and probabilities, if the stock stays the exact same and doesn't move at all, I'm still going to make my money. Well, that's great. If it goes up, I make my money. Stays the exact same, does nothing, I'm going to make my money. It can even come down a little bit, and I'll still make a profit because the break even is 40.85. So we get the dividend coming up, great. Odds and probabilities in my favor, great. I'm buying it at this price here, selling this right here. This is what I'm collecting. Maximum profit, 343. Let's break out the calculator to see exactly what that sounds like. Calculator, here we go. Clear this out of the way. First thing I want to put in is my profit, 343. Okay, that's the profit right there. Maximum profit, 343. How much is it costing me to get that profit? 12,258. So I'm going to divide it by 12,258. What does that come to? Well, look at the number. It comes to 2.79%. That's almost 3% for 1 week. What does the stock have to do? Well, it's stay exactly where it is or go up. Either way, I'm golden. Stocks only move 3 directions. Up, down, or nowhere. Nowhere, sideways, whatever you want to call it. Okay? So, if I'm making 2.79% for 1 week, I say sure. Let's get rid of all this and get back to where we were. So that's actually how you do the trade. Now from there, it goes right to the market maker's computer, and then he fills it right away. Okay, market order, he'll fill it right away. limit order, he'll fill it when he's good and ready. Okay, so Michael, yeah, you said any experienced finance people did in college. Okay, are you a quant? I have no idea what that is. Why do you have 3 accounts? Twisted Philly, I have 7 accounts. I only share 3 of them with you guys. Okay, now I share 3 of them with you so you see what is possible. You can actually look over my shoulder and look at all my trades and think to yourself, can I do this myself? It's a very simple question. It's a simple strategy. It was created for a 9-year-old. You should be able to do it yourself. It's not that difficult. Centex Blades, Riley. Let's take a look at that. Hold on a second. I like this philosophy. Cool beans. MB, look up man named John Lennox. When you get the time, he's wise. I'm good. I have no idea who he is, and I have no desire to look up who he is. I have enough on my plate. Because they say distractions are what you see when you take your eyes off of where you're going. So no, I don't look up anything. I just stay to where I'm going. Laurie, how will this affect you when you start drawing Social Security and have an income limit? Yeah, you actually think. It's cute. It's adorable that you think that I actually pay attention what those boneheads in Washington say. Hell no, I don't give a rat's ass what they say or what they do. Income limit? Nope, don't work for me. I don't fall into that category. Okay? I fly by the seat of my pants. I stay under the radar. What I do is none of their damn business. Okay? I don't ask for any money from them, and I have no desire whatsoever to ask for Social Security. I've been self-employed for most of my life. Okay? I haven't paid taxes in about 20 years, specifically because I have my account set up in a way where I have no taxable income. Okay? It's possible. Why does Warren Buffett pay less taxes than his secretary? Why does, what's his name, Elon Musk not pay taxes at all? Because he doesn't draw an income. Okay? I can go on and on pointing out rich people and why they don't pay taxes, specifically. Okay? But if you have an income limit and you have those concerns, you need to talk to a tax strategist or a tax planner. Okay? And if someone tells you you have to pay these taxes, well, say thank you very much for your time and go find someone else. Okay? The answers are out there. That big, huge book that they call the IRS codes, not laws, they're just codes. They tell you how to not pay taxes. So if you follow the book and you find someone who understands the book that can guide you on how to set up your account so you don't have to pay taxes, that's your responsibility. I can't tell you that because I don't know anything about you. Okay, what do I think about Riley? I like Riley. Hold on, we're going to take a look at that one in a minute. Why do you use multiple accounts instead of combining them for one big one? Darwin Lee. I'll tell you exactly why. Okay? Now, all the accounts you see that I control, they're not all in my name. Specifically because I have seen enough times where some people get their account frozen, gets it taken away. Some people get their account taken away from them. Some people get blocked. Some people get, yeah. I want to have it spread out. So when they come and take 1 or 2 or 3 of my different accounts, I have another one. That's why. I don't trust the government as far as I can throw them. UPS. I love UPS. Okay, Centex. I want to take a look at Riley. I like Riley. R-I-L-Y. R-I-L-Y. Here we go. All right, Riley. First thing I want to see. High, a low. Where was it? Where is it? What direction is it going? Currently, it's at 505. I can buy it at 512. Well, the 512s, if I do the 550s, I can catch 20 cents a share. Okay? But the 550s at 20 cents, shit, that's nice. The 5s are going for 30 cents. I'm losing 12 off the top. Take 12 off of this, and I'm making 18. No. The 550s, 20. Look at that. That's a nice freaking premium, 550. All right. Let's zoom in and take a good look at it. High of the year was 43.06. A year ago, they're at 37. Okay, the bottom is right down here. Last 30 days. Here we go. Here's your last 30 days. 30 days ago, $5. Shoots up to 680. Drops down to your bottom. What is that? 480, 470, 490. drops down to 490. There's your bottom of the 30-day period. Up, down, right here. Kind of no. It should be. It looks like it should be going back up, but I don't know because today was a down day. So what's going to happen tomorrow? Now I do own Riley, so I can't tell you one way or the other, but I like the numbers. If I buy it tomorrow at 512, I can sell the 550s and collect 20 cents. Well, that is almost 4%. I just rode Riley today. Catch my Paul, I rolled my Riley today to catch that premium. I'm learning. Awesome. Glad. Good to hear it, Paul. Yeah. Okay, let's keep on going. If the stock goes down, but in the case you keep writing covered calls, absolutely 86. UPS, let's take a look at UPS. The ups dudes. Oops, UPS. All right, here's UPS. First thing, always, the high, the low, where was it, where is it, what direction is it going? It's currently at 130.86, sorry, 130.68. So we'll be looking at the 131s. Okay, that makes sense. If we're buying it 130.68 tomorrow morning, the closest strike price. Okay, now we're doing covered calls. We're buying the stock and we're selling a call option against it to collect a premium. Well, the premium on the 131s is 180. Well, that's over 1.5%. I like 1.5%. 1.5% is like 70% per year. Well, that's a nice return. But the question is, can you get 1.5% every single week? Well, my goal is 1% every week. Just for the fun of it, let's see what my average is. Just for the fun of it. Okay, let's go all the way back to January. And just for the fun of it, let's see if we can rattle this off on the top of our heads. All right. Week number 1. We'll use this account here. 2.2. 1.3. 0.85. 0.9. 1.03. 1.06. 1.9. 2.03. 2.32. 4.63. 3.9. 0.9. 1.2, 1.5, 1.2, 1.9, 1.9, 2.6, 1.24, 0.71, 1.2, 0.6, 0.6, 0.6. Negative, one week. We're in week number 40 at this moment in time. Week 40 for the year, which means we have 12 weeks left to go. Negative 0.15. What did I lose? $15 that week? Big deal. Oh, wait a minute. 0.15? $150. I lost $150 that week. But take a look at the numbers. 1.5, 3.3, 5.2, 2.2, 3.3, 2.8, 3.1, 2.8, 8.1. That was a freaking weird week. 8.1%. That was nuts. 3.6. Okay, I haven't calculated that one in yet because that one's relatively new. What was that, last week? A couple weeks ago? All right, so let's go back to where we were. The numbers are there. I don't hide anything. You guys can take a look. Okay, so I like Riley. Stock goes up. Yep, keep going there. UPS, we already did that. Blah, blah, blah. Okay, so UPS. A year ago, 155. Topped out the end of December at 163.72. Here's the bottom of the year in the first week of August, and it was 123.15. She goes sideways for a while, shoots up. Here's your last 30 days right there. 30 days ago, we opened up at 127.69. Here's the bottom on the 13th. The 13th bottom was 125.66. Here's the top right there. That was this past Monday. Monday was the 30-day high. Tuesday lower, Wednesday lower, today lower. What do you think is going to happen tomorrow? Lower again. Okay. UPS, it looks like the end of next week would be a good time to be looking at it again. So we're going to put UPS for next week. Because I like UPS. Is it written down yet? Yep, it's already written down for next week. Okay, 86, thanks, you're welcome. Uh-oh, I missed Shannon's question. Wow, I missed all these questions. Can I ask how long? Okay, Nate, cool beans, sweetie thing. Yep, da-dum-dum. Uh-oh. Yep, we talked about that. DVN, we talked about that. Yep, we talked about that. Laurie, here we go. How will this affect you when you... yeah, we already did that one. Riley, we already did that one. Shannon, here we go. Walgreens cut dividends. Would it no longer be on your list because of this? Nope. Now, certain stocks I keep on there because of their trading range. Walgreens is one of them. It's been in business for over 170 years. 3M cut their dividends. Now, 3M was a dividend king. Now, they have increased their dividends for 62 consecutive years. This year, they cut their dividends for the first time in 62 years. Now, I'm not going to stop trading 3M because the CEO wanted a new yacht and wanted to take more money out and not pay the dividends. If I was CEO, I would have went to the board members and say, look, here's the thing. If we cut our dividends, we are going to be thrown off the Dividend Kings list. Do you have any idea how long you have to wait to become a Dividend King? We're talking 5 decades of consistent increased dividends. So 3M is now off the list, and they've got to start from ground zero again. They will not make another Dividend King in 50 years. If I was a CEO, I'd have got the board together and say, hey, look, here's the thing. We cut our dividends, we get thrown off the Dividend Kings list. How about we all take a 25% pay cut, which they could probably afford, okay? Whoever's making $12 or $13 million a year, who really needs that much money? Seriously. Who needs $12 or $13 million a year? Cut your salary, give the dividends to the shareholders. Keep that status. Not everyone can have 50 consecutive years. Well, wait a second, hold on. 62 consecutive years of dividend increases. Yeah, so if they consistently increase their dividends and they've been in business for over 100 years, I'm going to keep them on my list. Okay? Walgreens, in my humble opinion, I don't think it's going anywhere. They have 8,700 stores. They're cutting out 25% because of the bleeding. Current administration does not want to prosecute theft. Okay? If they did, maybe people wouldn't be stealing. Does a stock always get called away if it's in the money? Usually, yes. Holy shit, we're at 53. Let's reboot just for the fun of it. Yay! So guys, don't go anywhere. I'm going to reboot, see if we can get more people in here. Okay, so here we go. Let's try this, reboot. So you're going to get another invite. Yeah, too late for that. It's below 55. Okay, here we go. Don't go anywhere.
Good afternoon, ladies and gentlemen.
Uh-oh, don't go anywhere. We're just going to do this live again. There we go. So, 1, 2, 3, you're live with me. Garfield Ambley, how are you today? Great Goldman, #1, how are you? So let's change this. Let's go there. Let's change that. Let's change this. Let's go over here. Now we're live again on TikTok. I don't like it when the volume drops down that low. It kind of like really, who am I talking to? I'm talking to people who've been here every single night. I need a new audience. Okay, here we go. Getting ready to go again. Flex is here. Thomas is here. Libor, how you doing? The Texan Bull. Woohoo! AK39468. What were your parents thinking when they named you that? Frank's here. Frank, how you doing? Ace, how are you going? Mac, how you doing? Harold? Dan, nice to see you all back. I do reboot every once in a while. It attracts more likes, more follows, more flies, whatever you want to call it. Okay, next on our list, we're going to be looking at GLD. Nike. I like Nike. Nike, NKE, Nike. Here we go. First thing I want to see with Nike. Where's the high? Where's the low? Where was it? Where is it? What direction is it going? Look what happened here. We have another gap down. We had a gap down in July. We have another gap down here. So let's take a quick look at that and see exactly what's happening. Now, the high of the year for Nike was 123.39. That was back in December. Look at this drop right here. This thing dropped like a rock back in the beginning of July, just before the Olympics. So she drops before the Olympics, finds the bottom on 8.5. That's the 5th of August. From the 5th of August, look what she did. She went up, she came down, she went up, now she came down again. Well, now she's at 82.10. What's with that? Well, let's take a look at the last 30 days. The last 30 days, this is what it looked like the last 30 days. 30 days ago, we were at 81. We dropped all the way down to 77, shoot up to 91. Well, now we gapped down on Wednesday. Thursday, we're down just a little bit lower. We're at 82. Well, here's the question. Do I like Nike? Well, yeah, I like Nike. Do I like Nike at 82? 82.29, the 83s are going for 83 cents. You get 1% there. The 82 give me 1% there, either one. Great. But I don't like it because it's coming down to the downside. Nike is retesting to pull liquidity. Buy. Jim Cramer. Hey, cool beans. We need to tap in order to get more views. Well, we're at 174. Remember I told you, if we're above 200 at 11:30, I'll stay on longer. Rowan, how are you today? Mike, what's happening? Hello. Good evening to you. All right, that's Nike. Nike is giving over 1% if you like it at 82. I think it's going to keep on coming down. I'm going to wait until it finds the bottom, turns around, and starts going back up before I jump in. I really don't care what Jim Cramer has to say. Nasir, how are you doing? Wonderful. Good in you. I am wonderful. Thank you very much. How can I get you? Well, Nasir, you can DM up here, the top left. The top left corner of the screen, you see a little tiny picture of me up there on the top left? Click on that. That will take you to my bio. In the bio, you will find out where you can get grace. No saving grace before a holy God without a sacrifice for sins of the cross. I had no sins on the cross. How's Costco doing? Costco, C-O-S-T. Interesting. Costco's pulling back off of the high. Okay, the high is over 900. Well, now it's at 875. It's on the way down. Yeah, I have no desire to look at it. If she's coming down, why would I look? Okay, the high is here. Now she's lower. So, yeah, Costco's way out of my price range anyway. Okay, so Nasir, how you get holding? Okay, right up here, right? See where I'm pointing at? Okay, it says dividend stock talk up there. You click on that, and then you send me an email from there. Is Tesla a good buy right now? I can't honestly tell you that. I don't like Tesla. The reason I don't like Tesla is they don't pay dividends. If the stock goes down, how am I going to collect money? Okay, now the reason why I like dividend stocks is just before the dividend is paid, the stock has a tendency to go up. So without the dividend to tell me when the stock's going to go up, how am I going to know? Okay, Space Bamboo, XRP is a cryptocurrency. No. Buy, yeah. Okay, yeah. See, Mr. H, I see that. Now, we already looked at Nike, and I already said, for me, I don't buy as it's coming down because I don't know how down it's going to go. I would like for it to hit the bottom, turn around, go back up before I jump in. Anyone possibly able to... Okay, don't do that. Okay? I don't appreciate that kind of stuff. But it drops after it goes EX. Yeah. All right, hold on a second. Now, Augie Dog. Augie Dog. Cool name, dude. Actually, I like that name, Augie Dog. Okay, let's go and take a look at the EX date. Now we're looking at... What were we looking at? Anyway, let's go Market Watch. Here we go. BK, WFC. WFC. Wells Fargo. Okay? Now, Augie Dog, you ready to check this out? WFC, the EX date. The EX dividend date is the 2nd of November. Okay? The dividend is 35 cents. If I want to collect the dividend, Now you got to listen closely because there's a lot of different words here. You may or may not understand them. If I want to collect the dividend, I have to buy it any day before this date. Okay? The 1st, the 31st, the 25th, the 10th, the 11th, the 2nd, the 5th, the 20th, the 27th, any day before this date to collect the dividend. Now, what I like to do, and the reason why I use dividend stocks, is because stocks have a tendency to increase in value before the dividend. Before the dividend. After the dividend, the stock has a tendency to drop. So I want to buy it before the dividend, and I don't want to own it past the dividend. Do I want to collect the dividend? No, not really. I think of it as a consolation prize, cherry on top of the sundae, you know, that type of thing. If I'm going to buy this right here, okay, I'm going to buy it 2 weeks before the dividend date, the week of the 19th. Now, I buy on a Monday because Monday, listen closely, Monday has the highest time value on a weekly option. So if I'm trading a weekly option, I buy it on a Monday in the morning when the market opens. That is the absolute highest value because the option expires on Friday at 4 o'clock. It actually expires on a Saturday, but you can't trade on a Saturday. Don't ask me why, it's Saturday. But the last trade possible is 3:59 on a Friday afternoon. That's the most time value you're going to get. 3:59 Friday afternoon, 9:30 a.m. Monday morning. That is the maximum amount of time value. Right here. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. 5 days of time value. Tuesday, 4 days of time value. Wednesday, 3 days of time value. Thursday, 2 days of time value. And it slowly decreases. So why do I say that? Well, 80% of all options expire worthless. So why would I want to buy an option and be on the 20% side? No, I want to be on the 80% side and have odds and probabilities in my favor. So if I buy the stock 2 weeks before the dividend on a Monday at the opening price, whatever the opening price is, just for the fun of it, let's see what it is today. WFC, Wells Fargo. Currently, it's at 55 cents. Oh, sorry, $55. Now, here's the option date. If I want to catch, the dividend date. If I want to catch the dividend, if I buy it on a Monday, 2 weeks before the EX date, all right, the dividend is only 35 cents. Look at the premium. The premium for Wells Fargo at $55. Currently, the $55 strike price right here. It is going for $1.46 per share. So listen closely. If I buy the stock first thing in the morning at $55, I sell somebody my rights to buy it from me anytime they want from the moment I sell the option until the option expires. That's the contract. Anytime, a certain date, by a certain price, by a certain date. The certain price, 55. The date, 11 October 24. That's next Friday. So, am I collecting the dividend? No. Why would I want the dividend? The dividend is only 35 cents. What the hell do I want that for? If I buy the stock at its current price, I sell it at its current price, I get to collect $1.46. Now, I already told you earlier, I didn't go to college. I don't have a college education. But I do know that $1.46 premium, where was it? Yeah, $1.46 premium is a hell of a lot better. Uh-oh, where was it? Than the 35-cent dividend. Think about it. Why the hell would I want a 35-cent dividend when I can collect $1.46 for the premium. Well, what am I doing? I'm buying it at 55 and I'm selling it at 55. If the stock is above 55 come Friday, I get that $1.56. Well, let's go back to the calendar. Okay, so if I buy it on a Monday at 55, I sell somebody the rights to buy it from me at 55, first thing Monday morning. Okay, this is just an example. Okay, I get $1.48. Now, if on Friday, okay, it's above 55, well, I will be cashed out. Somebody will take it from me at 55. And what happens Monday? Well, I'm back into all cash again. And I get the $1.48. If I hold it until the dividend, well, I'm only collecting 35 cents. What the hell would I want 35 cents for when I can buy it at 55, sell it at 55, and collect $1.48? Think about it. It's all about the math. The math is, if I do a covered call, I'm making 3-4 times the amount of money. That's 4 times the amount of money that I would if I just collected the dividend. Okay, I mean, does it make sense? And after the dividend is paid on the second, the stock usually goes down. Usually, not always, but usually. So I buy 2 weeks before the EX date. Sell it for the exact same price I paid for it, collect that premium. Now, usually, I like to have the premium over 1%. In this example here, okay, 55 cents is the purchase price. The 55 strike price is going for $1.46. That is this much below 3%. As a matter of fact, let's actually do one of these trades right here, right now, and you can actually see what the numbers look like. And you can actually see how to do in that trade. So, from looking at this right here, this is Thinkorswim. You can go to thinkorswim.com and download this trading platform. It's a trading platform. It's not software. It is owned by Charles Schwab. You can download this for free and use it for a while. Okay, you actually give them a call and say, hey, I'd like to use it for a while. They'll let you use it for a bit, but they would like you to open an account with them. I have 3 accounts with Charles Schwab. I have a bunch of accounts elsewhere also, but I like this one because what they offer. They have so much cool stuff. Anyway, let's actually do a quick trade and you'll actually see how it works. First thing I want to do is I want to change, where the hell is it? Right here. Where it says spread, it says single. I want to change that so it says covered call or covered stock. Okay, right there it says covered stock. You see that? Right up here, slide down, right there. These are all the option strategies. Don't pay attention to them because it's nothing more than confusing. Learn a simple strategy first. Once you get this one, this is the safest strategy there is. You're buying the stock, you're selling a covered call. Okay, it's a very, very safe strategy. So, let's change it to that. Covered stock. Remember we said we like the 55s? Right here. Well, here's the price right here. This is what I'm going to buy. So come over to here, buy that right there. Now, I have it preset, so I look at 1,000 shares. Now, most people, you may not afford 1,000 shares, so let's just look at 100. Make it easy. The funny thing is, whether you do 100 shares or whether you do 10,000 shares, the percentages, the rate of returns are always the same. Okay, it's just the amount of money you make and the amount of money you outlay is different. 1% is 1%. So 1% of $100 is 1% of $100. 1% of 100,000 is still 1% of 100,000. Okay, it's an easy number to work on. That's why I like 1%. Okay, so the 55s, here we go. I like to change it to the market order. This way it fills instantaneously. This is what the order looks like and sounds like. Listen closely. Okay, right up here. Buy 1 covered call WFC, that's Wells Fargo. Weeklies, 11 October 24. That's next Friday. I do weekly options. I want a weekly paycheck every 7 days. 55, remember we talked, we like the 55, we're buying it at 55, we're selling it at 55. Okay? The $55 call against the stock, Wells Fargo, at the market price to open to open. Why does it say to open to open? Because we're doing one trade, but we got 2 positions. We're buying the stock, that's one position. We're selling the option, the covered call, that is the second position. We're doing it all as one time. We're getting them together, so we only have one commission we got to pay. All right? So, next we're looking at right here. What is the break-even price? Well, the break-even price tells me how far the stock could go down before I start losing money. Break-even is 53.50. What is that? 53.50. Well, it's right at 55 right now. Okay? So if it goes up, I make my money. If it stays the exact same, I make my money. It can even come down to 53.50 before I break even. Anything below 53.50, I start losing. But I don't lose if I don't sell. Now, remember rule number 2? Never sell at a loss. Okay, great. Well, my maximum profit on this current trade, 149 bucks. Let's get out the calculator. This is how we figure out what our rate of return is. Get rid of that. We take the profit, 149. That's the profit. See, it says right here, maximum profit, 149. The cost of the trade, right here, 5,351. Because remember, you got to buy 100 shares of the stock in order to sell one contract. So I want to divide it by the purchase price, 5,351. That's 5,300 bucks. And that comes to a grand total of weekly, not monthly. Got it? You got it? Cool beans. 2.87. That's not a 1% trade. That is a 2.78% trade. That's very shy of 3%. So here's the questions you ask yourself. There's a couple of questions. Always, always, always ask yourself a couple of questions. Question number 1. Does it make sense? It's a valid question. Does it make sense? That's number 1. Number 2, do I like this stock? Well, it's Wells Fargo. Wells Fargo has been around for over 130 years. I really don't think they're going anywhere. 130 years they've been around. All right? So, question number 3. Can I see myself owning Wells Fargo? Never buy something that you don't want to hold on to long term. If you don't like the stock or you don't understand it, don't buy it. It's your money. You decide where's the best place to put your money. If it makes sense, great, do it. If it doesn't make sense, don't do it. Don't listen to a damn word I say. Do your own research. What is the current price for Wells Fargo? If I buy Wells Fargo tomorrow morning at $55, what can I sell a covered call for? What is the safest strategy is? That's cool, I just bought the same shirt. No, you didn't. This is my shirt. I actually printed these shirts. Okay? And I don't have them for sale yet, so you couldn't have gotten this shirt. Unless, of course, you copied my shirt and had someone else print it up for you. But anyway, yeah. Okay, funny. Anyway, so does it make sense? That if you don't learn anything else tonight, the one thing I want you to take away from this is, does it make sense? Irving, how are you doing? What are you doing over there, Irving? Anyway, does it make sense? That is extremely important. Does it make sense? Do I like this company at this price? Let's take a look at the chart. What is the chart telling me? I can delete all this stuff, get back to our starting point. Right here. Here we go. Okay, here's Wells Fargo so far. We haven't even looked at the chart yet, but those are the numbers, and that's how you do a trade. Okay, that's how I just walk you through the whole thing. It's actually that simple. But before we actually get to that point, we should have done the chart first, which we didn't do. Okay, high, low. Where was it? Where is it? What direction is it going? Up, then down. Look at this area right here. Let's zoom in to the last 30 to 60 days. So that's the 1 year chart. A year ago, 38.55. That's the actual bottom of the year. Here's the top of the year right here. The top of the year, 62.55. Okay, 62.55, and that was back in the middle of May. So from the middle of May, she went down, she went up, down, up, down, up, down, up, down, up, big down, big up, down, up, down, up, down. So it's currently in the down section. So may or may not be a good idea to buy it now. Let's look at the last 30 days. So the last 30 days gives me a great idea of whether or not it makes sense at this moment in time. Well, it doesn't make sense. Look at it. 30 days ago, 59. The bottom was on the 12th. That was what, 50 bucks? So it goes from 59 down to 50. Jumps up to 56, drops down to 53, back up to 57. Now she's at 55. I like Wells Fargo. Wells Fargo is almost a 3% trade. If you like, well, that's the big question. Do I like Wells Fargo? Can I see myself owning this long term? In case you're curious, it's ginger tea with honey. Okay? It soothes my throat because I'm not used to talking so much. So, Wells Fargo, I do like Wells Fargo. However, she is in a little bit of a downturn. So I would take a look at this in another week or so. But I do like the numbers. I do. So I'm going to write Wells Fargo down for next week. So next week we can look at it again. WFC. So I just walked you through, I think 3 times I showed you 3 different trades tonight. I walked you through the whole thing. What am I looking for? Well, I'm looking for a good quality company. I like 20 years of increased dividends. It shows me stability. It shows me profitability. It is see, now you guys can do whatever you want. Me personally, when it's my money on the line, and I showed you my accounts, okay? My money on the line, I want to make sure the company's consistently profitable. I mean, and I insist it has weekly options because I am looking for weekly cash flow. I'm not looking for annually. I'm not looking for monthly. I'm not looking for quarterly. My bills come due every week. I get bills every single week. I want to get cash flow every single week. I grew up in the 60s, 70s, and 80s. I went to work 8 o'clock Monday morning. Okay, at 4:30, 5 o'clock Friday afternoon, I expected my paycheck. Well, this here, 10 or 15 minutes every day. Well, I do about 20 minutes because I have a lot of people that actually trade with me. So I jump in. I'm on for about 15, 20 minutes, my own personal stuff. Now, when I'm teaching, it takes me a little bit longer. But my own personal stuff, about an hour a week. An hour a week, 15 minutes a day. Okay, by Friday, it's about an hour a week. I make 1%. That 1% is very nice for me. Andrew wants to take a look at Apple. I like Apple. Now, Apple, believe it or not, I missed all these questions. Holy cow. Ooh. Okay, Andrew, Apple, here we go. AAPL. All right, you guys, it is 11:20. There are currently 148 people here. If you like, comment, subscribe, and share the current, what we call it, this live, okay? If it is over 200 by 11:30, I'll stay on longer. Okay, so you got 15 minutes to like, comment, share, all that kind of nice, neat stuff to attract more people in. So if we're over 200, I'll stay longer. If not, I'm out here at 11:30. I think it's fair. Okay, just hit the like button, hit the subscribe, comment, all that kind of nice, neat stuff, fun stuff. Apple, AAPL. Here we go. First thing I always want to see: high, low. Where was it? Where is it? What direction? Well, it's pretty simple. Up, down, up. Okay, that's Apple. Now, what do the numbers look like? Currently, the price, 226. Let's move this over so we can read it better. Okay, the current price, 226.15. The closest one's going to be the 225. It's going for 360. The 227 is going for 230, 233. Either one of those is going to give you 1%. Either one. Now, 225 is the safer trade. 227, that's the more profitable one. So here's your choice. More profits, safer trade. More profits, safer trade. You got to decide. More profits, safer trade. All right. So the numbers look good. Great. Now let's take a look at the chart. What is it telling me? Okay, so no, you have to know how to read it. And it's really not that difficult because I can get you a third grader and say, hey, point to where the high is. Right there. Great. Now point to where the low is. Right there. Now point to me what direction it's going. Down, up, down, up, down, up. It's actually not that difficult. Don't make it more complicated than it needs to be. So first I want to look at 1 year chart. Great. Next, the 90-day chart. Here you go. Again, high, low, where was it? Where is it? What direction is it going? Up, down, up, down, up, down. All right, great. Now let's jump into the 30-day chart. For the last 30 days, here we go, right here. Okay, last 30 days. Down, up, down, up, down, up, down. Okay, that's it. Now, before I decide, I want to take a look at one more chart. Remember I like the fives? We just looked at 4 charts. Now I want to look at the 5th one. The 5th one is the seasonality chart. Let me briefly explain to you what a seasonality chart is. Seasonality chart looks at the whole year. January 1st, December 31st. The blue line represents the movement for this year. Down, up, down, up, down, up. This blue dot right here, that's today's date. This red line here represents the stock movement over the last 10 years. So if you look at January 1st, nice steady upward trend. I love a nice steady upward trend. Apple has a tendency January 1st to December 31st just to go up all year on average over the last 10 years. Now this chart, I can change it to 3 years, 5 years, 20 years. I like 10 years. I think 20 years is too much data. I think 5 years is not enough data. So I like 10 years. All right? Now, the next couple of weeks, I put my little cross here, my little cursor right there on the blue dot. I click left, drag right. When that opens up, it's about 3 weeks. Okay, that's about 3 weeks. Look at it. A nice, slow, steady upward trend for the next 3 to 4 weeks. How can you go wrong with Apple? Okay, but that is a choice you need to make. Standard, here we go. Let's go back to here. So, all right, so that was Apple. What do we have next? Oh, yeah, you guys, you're not like, sharing, subscribing, and sharing. We're only at 134. If it's not at 200 at 11:30, which is 6 minutes away, I'm out of here. Okay, moderator, thank you for that. Cost price average into Nike. Okay. OKE going higher? I don't really know. We're running out of time. We got 6 minutes left. What are you thinking for tomorrow? Well, Nick, tomorrow's Friday. I don't do any trading on Friday. Friday is when I take a look at all my positions that I picked up on Monday. Okay? Monday, I spent all my money. All my money's invested. Oh, I missed all these questions. My questions. Nike is resting. Yeah, whatever. No saving grace before, okay, yep, whatever. Tesla, don't do Tesla. Google has dividends. Google has 2 dividends. Don't give me that crap, Google. Okay, Google will be on my list in 19 and a half years. Other than that, I don't want to hear it. Unless Warren Buffett starts loading up on Google. Because I do look at what Warren Buffett buys. All right, Nike, we're going to look at that one. OKE, yep, whatever. What do you think about tomorrow? Tomorrow is where we actually take a look at our positions and see what they're doing. Encourage more viewers to share. Yeah, we're on 116. Albert, how you doing? Yeah, you guys got 5 minutes. Ain't no way you're going to get over 200 in 5 minutes. Bam! All right, Jim. Gary, crypto tracker. So this means you better hope stock doesn't fall. No, crypto tracker, I really honestly don't care. I don't buy a stock I have no issues holding on to. Means every stock I buy as if I'm going to hold on to it forever. If it drops, fine. I will still sell covered calls against it. I will just be more careful on which ones I sell. Using 5,500 to make $1. Will, I have no idea what you're talking about. Is that a lot of risk for a small gain? I'm not sure what you mean. Okay, my risk is I'm looking for a safe 1% per week. Now, I'm not quite sure what you mean by a small gain. 1% every single week is 50% per year. Okay, I'd be more than happy to take a look at your account and see if you're making 50% per year. Where can I find a good list of the best dividend stocks? Bob Nealon, are you ready? I hope you got a pencil and paper ready. I'm going to hit you with it. You ready? Here we go. Dividend Kings List 2024. 54 companies that have increased their dividends for more than 5 decades. Dividend Aristocrats List 2024. 67 companies that have increased their dividends for more than 25 years. Dividend Champions List 2024. 150 companies that have consistently increased their dividends for 25 years. And then you have the Dividend Contenders. 300 companies that have consistently increased their dividends from 10 to 24 years. And finally, remember that 5 thingy? Here comes list number 5, Warren Buffett's list 2024. Now, Warren Buffett's list are not all on my list, but I do trade them anyway, because if it's good enough for Warren, it's good enough for me. Better when it was TD. Yes, I like TD Ameritrade myself, but it's gone. Augie Dog, if you short it though, chances are you get a short squeeze. Yeah, I don't like the short squeeze. Why sell at the same price? Okay, Tim, the reason I sell at the same price is because I'm not greedy. My goal is 1% per week, safely, predictably, consistently, and no way to lose. Weren't you paying attention? Simple, safe, predictable, consistent, no way to lose. I'm not greedy. I'm perfectly happy with 50% per year or more. Linus Tech got older. I have no idea who Linus Tech is. No, you didn't, Tim. I have no idea what that means. Shirts soon. Yeah, hopefully I will. I'm up 170% on NU. Cool beans. Makes sense to me. Real deals maker. Are you long-term or short-term? Short-term. Tom Tunes. I had, as the last time I'd been watching you, they want me to subscribe though. I have no idea what you mean by that. Okay, now I didn't ask you to subscribe anywhere. Now there are 26 other people pretending to be me. So that may or may not have been me. Creator, what's on? Enron, you're up 170%. Cool beans. But it has no dividend. Yeah? Okay, Tim, JP Morgan. I like JP Morgan. We got 1 minute left. No time to go into it. I enjoy your explanation. I'm glad you like it. I try to make it simple. Jay Lander, text. I have no idea what that means. Benjamin Franklin. Good stuff. Cool beans. What else we got? Bo shared. Thank you, Bo. Laughing my ass off. Way to go, Simon. I subscribed earlier today. Great show. Thank you, Arthur. I appreciate it. Let's keep on going. Which platform is this? I signed up Forex. I don't do Forex, Johnny. Okay, now I tried Forex decades ago. It's a young man's game. I have no desire whatsoever to sit in front of a computer. Okay, whatever you think I'm doing, you're totally incorrect. I don't look at this all day long. Okay, I do my morning trading group. Okay, it is a paid trading group. Now, I look at that first thing in the morning from 9 until when you guys are done asking questions. Okay, today it was 2 hours. Usually it's right an hour. But tomorrow, it's going to be at 3, same thing. Show the win rate percentages. Oh, Simon. Somebody always wants the win rate percentages. Okay, here we go. Account statements, profit and losses. Profit and loss year to date. Here we go. Okay, now pay attention to this very closely. Who is this? Who just asked that question? Okay. Profit and loss year to date, right here. Profit and loss year to date. Uh-oh. I got the wrong date up there. Let's go all the way back to the beginning. The beginning of the year. January 1st. Here we go. And there you have it. Okay. Profit and loss year to date. Are you ready? Number one loss, 7,182. And that was AEO, American Eagle Outfitters. That was, now remember I told you That was the day I hit the wrong button. Okay? I hit the wrong button 4 times this year. AEO was one of them. I lost $7,000 on that one. All right. Next loss. It's not a loss because I still own it. Okay? Able Mile. I still own it. The next one, Bitcoin Pro Shares, 686. That's it. 2 losses all year long on this account. Now, next account. Let's get out of that. Let's go look at the whole year, all the way back to January 1st to today. Trade history, profit and losses. Here we go. Okay, a profit and loss year to date. Look at 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. However, hold that thought. Number 1, I still own it. Okay, it's not a loss until I take it. Number 2, that is not a loss either. That was a transfer. Number 3, I still own it. Number 4, I still own it. Number 5 is an actual loss. Okay, $120. That was Walmart. Number 2, $28. That was Ford Motor Company. Okay, so there's 6 of them there. 3 of them I still own. 1 of them was a transfer. Only 2 losses on this account. Account number 3. Account statement. All the way back to January. January 1st. Here we go. Profit and loss year to date. I hate to disappoint you with this one, but profit and loss year to date. Here it is right here. Profit and loss year to date. Look. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Okay? I actually own all 5 of them. 0 losses on this one all year. So account number 1, 2 losses. Account number 2, 2 losses. Account number 3 is 0 losses. Okay? I just showed you my profit and loss year to date from the 3 accounts I share with you. I have 6 accounts. I'm not showing you the other 3. None of your damn business. This one, these I don't hide these from you guys. I actually show you everything. Okay, so let's go back to here, back to trade, blah, blah, blah. And I believe that's all the time we have today. Let's go back to here. Let's go back to here, go back to here, blah, blah, blah. Okay, so that being said, nope, I don't want that. I want this right here. All right, there we go. So who was that one? Who asked that? Simon. All right, so Simon, I showed you my win-loss rate. Let's see yours. Now, account number 1, I'm up over 50%. Account number 2, I'm up over 70%. Account number 3, I'm up, all right, I think 11%, but account number 3 is only 4 months old. Okay, so I showed you mine, and I'll show me yours. I like to see what your win rate is as compared to what I actually make. I make over 1% a week. Account number 1 is up over 50%. Well, we're not even, well, you got 1 quarter left to go. Account number 2 is up over 70%. Okay, account number 3, I'm doing rather well. Okay, thank you, thank you. Louis, what service are you, oh, I missed that one. Oh, I'm missing some questions. Okay, so Simon, I showed you my win rate. Fine, lovely. Other questions? Simon, Thinkorswim, best for options. Now, Simon, there are probably about 100 different trading platforms. Now, 15 years ago, I wrote a book after looking at about 30 or 40 different trading platforms. Okay, I come to the conclusion that Thinkorswim was best for me over 20 years ago. So I've been using the same one. Louis, what service are you using for your charts that you're showing? Louis, that is Thinkorswim. You can go to thinkorswim.com, download it for free, and use it for a while, but you do have to call Charles Schwab and let them know. Okay, they will let you use it for a short period of time, but they would like you to move your money over to there and trade there. Now, I don't get compensated for that. I just like the trading platform. Okay, William, there's no more time to look at anything else. because I said if we were over 200 by 11:30, I'd stay. We're only at 150. Nico, what method do you use? Now, the method that I use, I created myself for my 9-year-old daughter. It's called Dividend Capturing 2.0. I actually wrote a book about it. I think it's book number 14. Believe it or not, I finished the book back in February, and I still haven't uploaded it yet. Okay, 86 EBS. The strategies covered call with dividend stocks. Yep, Louis, thank you. NASDAQ, VSN. Nope. 86. How do you see what other people is buying? Where do you go to see this? Julia, how are you today? Julia, welcome to the show. All right. 86 just answered it for you. Go to Google and you type into the search Warren Buffett stock list 2024. It will actually give you everything that Warren Buffett owns. Now, if you like John Tudor Jones or whatever the hell his name is, you say, what is his list 2024? If you like what Jim Cramer is trading, Jim Cramer's list 2024. Find someone you like or create your own list. Me, I like the Dividend Kings, Dividend Aristocrats, Dividend Champions, Dividend Contenders, and then I throw in Warren Buffett's list. Automatic fishing. I'm stuck in NVVE. I have no idea who they are. Now, usually, when I say I have no idea who they are, it's usually going to be a no from me because I like companies with consistent dividend increases. I've never heard of NVVE. Julie Harris, okay, we already looked at that one. Alexander, 86. Does he only like ones that pay dividends? Absolutely. Why would I pick anything else? Okay, NVE, EBS. Okay, how do you see that? Already got that one, already got that one, already got that one. Yeah, Alexander, yeah. I had to bump off for a while. Did you go over what it means to get assigned? Yeah. Usually, if you sell an option, which gives somebody the right to buy it from you at a certain price by a certain date, and the stock is in the money, which means if I buy it at 55 and on Friday it's over 55, yeah, whoever bought that option from you is going to take that stock from you at 55. But that's what we're looking for, okay? We're looking to get a safe, predictable, consistent 1% per week. Do I want to buy the stock and own it for the rest of my life? No. I want my 1%, say thank you very much, I'll see you again in 90 days. The reason why I say that, most of the stocks I look at pay a dividend every 90 days. The dividend, just before the dividend, the stock has a tendency to go up in value. So when it goes up in value, that's when I want to buy, because stocks only move for two reasons. One reason is an unknown reason, which means, you know, natural disaster, hurricane, a flood, tornado, tsunami, something that happens that nobody knows is coming. Okay, that's like the British Petroleum when they sprung a leak, when they leaked oil into the Gulf of Mexico. Nobody knew that was going to happen. Okay, when the Exxon Valdez crashed in the Northwest, nobody knew that was happening. But it created a situation which made the stock react adversely. That's an unknown reason. A known reason, we know what's going to happen and we can plan for it. Well, that's earnings. That's dividends. That's winter, spring, summer, fall. Seasonality. Why does Weight Watchers go up at the beginning of the year? Come on, everybody knows that. Why does Hershey stock goes up in the first week of February? Well, you got Easter and Valentine's Day. Why do oil stocks go up in March and April? Well, because everybody turns their oil burning furnaces on at the same time. You can buy oil all year long, but in October, November, December, everybody's turning on at the same time. So what happens in February and March? Well, you're now out of oil and you have to buy oil. So everybody's buying oil at the same time because they're turning the heaters on at the same time. Oil has a tendency to go up a certain time every year. Certain stocks move predictably at a certain time every single year. That's what we use the seasonality chart for. Okay, let's keep on going. The port strike is over. Already? Cool beans. Will that impact your day tomorrow? Absolutely not. Simon says 1% per week, 52% per year. Yep, that works for me. Explain to me what is a dividend stock. Saim Sabah. Okay, a dividend stock. Okay, so there are two different kind of companies. At this moment in time, we checked last week, 9,664 different companies are traded on the stock market every single day. Out of those 9,664 companies, half of them pay a dividend. A dividend is a portion of the company's profits that are passed along to the investors. That's you and me. If you buy a stock, they have two opportunities. One, it's going to take the profits, put it back into the company so the stock price grows faster. That's capital appreciation. Two, they take the profits and they give it back to the shareholders, you and me. Those are the only companies I invest in because I'm not looking for capital appreciation. I'm not looking for future growth. I'm 60 years old. I'm retired. I need cash flow. It's my money. I need cash now. Remember that J.G. Wentworth commercial? It's my money. I need cash now. It's my money. I want to invest it for cash flow. Okay? I'm not interested in capital appreciation. It does no good to me whatsoever. Nobody is guaranteed a tomorrow. You can go to bed tonight and not wake up tomorrow. Okay? That's not the way I want to live, but here's the thing. Why would I take a big chunk of my money, put it into a company? I don't care how wonderful you think they're going to be. Put it into a company and wait 5 to 10 years for it to grow. Yeah, no thanks. It's my money. I need cash now. Yeah. You all know the commercial, J.G. Wentworth. It's your money. Take it when you need it. Yeah. Anyway. Yeah. So I like weekly cash flow. Only way I'm going to get that is with a dividend stock company that has weekly options. That's it. Those are the two criteria. 20 years of increased dividends and weekly options. It's only about 300. 9,664, only about 300 fit my criteria, what I'm looking for. But trust me, 300 is plenty for me. You got to figure out what is right for you. So let's keep on going. We're at quarter 12. And I still got a bunch of questions to go. New to this game, learning to help my elderly dad. Danny, send me your number, give me a call. I'd love to chat with you. I respect someone who wants to do that. Seriously, drop your number in the DM. I'll give you a buzz tomorrow. And we'll chat. See if this is right for you. See if I can help you out. I respect what it is you're doing. Well, I respect what it is you say you're doing. How's that? Because I don't know you. You don't know me. Drop me your number. I'll give you a buzz. We'll chat. Okay, my eyes are starting to unfocus. User 3810683. What the hell were your parents thinking when they call you that? I'm going to call you Peter. All right, Peter. Hi, James. Hey, how are you? Simon, not sure what you mean. 1% per week is very realistic. Thank you, 86. Always there. Always got my back. I appreciate it. Here's the funny thing. For all you people here, you see this number right here, winner 86? That dude's got nothing better to do than listen to me every day. He's been here since January, almost every single day. I think it's freaking awesome. He helps out. He does the moderation. He answers questions. It allows me to do my job better, show you more and more stocks in order for you guys to get money. You guys should be thanking 86. I thank him all the time. Thanks, brother. Boop. Okay. Simon, who says, how is 1% a week not a target? Okay, good question. I think 1% a week is a good target. Drazik, dude, you know I'm here from 9 to 11:30. Okay, it is 11:45. I'm just closing up. Done finishing up all the questions. But it's nice to see you, brother. Thanks for showing up. Better late than never. Okay, let's keep on going. What do we have left? All right, what do we got? 86, Simon. Someone with 1,000 shouldn't be chasing 52% per year. That's not realistic. You're absolutely correct. Work your way up to it. Merwin, hola, amigo, ¿cómo está? Está bien, eh? Okay, thanks. Got that. I hit the wrong button. Do you make good money? I make 1% a week. Okay, don't worry about me. I'm here for you guys. I really don't need to be here doing this. Okay, I have what you consider as a calling. Okay, I don't want what I have up here, what took me 20, 30 years to learn, to go to the grave with me. I feel compelled to share with as many people as I possibly can. So I love YouTube. It's going to put these videos and it's going to have them. I get videos from 12, 13 years ago still on YouTube. Okay, I started this journey 12 years ago. You guys are just noticing it now. But I'm sharing this with you now with the hopes that at some point my children, my grandchildren, my great-grandchildren will say, hey, what was Papa G like? Well, that's me, I'm Papa G. Who would be dumb enough to make me a grandfather? I'm totally inadequate to be a grandfather, but I love my grandson, he's cool. Okay, I'm definitely, I can meet, you know what? They say like, well, James, no wonder I get along with him so well. You guys have the same mentality. I get on the ground and I roll around with my grandson because I have fun. Anyway, what is the sound of no hands texting? I have no idea what that means. Simon says, let me know when you're at McDonald's. Okay. I have no idea what that meant. Neil points out that the teacher may try to help all. Okay, I have no idea what you mean. Jay Pashy, be serious. The teacher tried to help all. Okay. Is there a free website for learning for dummies? Yeah, it's Danny, how are you? It's called YouTube. You can find almost anything you possibly want to think of at YouTube. But you're going to be bombarded with the amount of information. I always tell people, now listen closely, work the equation backwards. Okay, you know what you have available for you to invest. You know how much time you have, you know how much money you have. You have an idea of what you would like to get. Be realistic. Okay, do not go in thinking you're going to buy something, it's going to shoot to the roof and you're going to be set for life. No, that's unrealistic. Think realistic. Work it backwards. Find what you want. I tell people at 1% per week, that's 50% per year. So if you have 50,000, you're going to make 25 grand. If you have 100,000, you make somewhere around 50,000. If you have 300,000, you make roughly around 150,000. That is simple. It is safe. It is predictable. It is consistent. And it's okay. Ace, dude, I'm just about done. How you doing? Ace, behave yourself, okay? Is it possible to make money using machine learning algorithms in a trading strategy? Well, yeah, but let me ask you a question, Lewis. How many Terminator movies have you seen? I've seen enough to know not to trust computers. I do this all longhand. I write stuff down in a book. I don't trust computers whatsoever. Okay, I've been online. I've had the same email address since the 1990s. Okay, I've been online and I've been trading online since dial-up modems. 256 modem was the first one I had. It was slow as hell. But I've been here that long. I've seen a lot of stuff. Okay, I don't trust computers. I've hit the button so many times and erased everything I did. Yeah, no thanks. I write it down. Thank you. But anyway, here we go. Let's keep going. What do you think about Macy's? My favorite #1 stock of the year is Macy's. Thank you, teacher. You're welcome, JJ. I'm going to call it JJ33312. 86, hello. We're almost done with the questions. What do you do? I do fine. Thank you. Chevrolet. I haven't heard from you in a while. How have you been? Should I go to cash? TikTok at 196. I honestly don't know who you are. Okay, I can't give you advice. Well, I could give you advice, but I'm not going to. Okay? I never, ever, ever want someone to say, he told me to do that, he said to do that. No. No, I don't give advice whatsoever. Okay? If I do give advice, it's learn as much as you can. Read the friggin' chat, dude. TikTok at 196. Should I go to cash? Yeah, I'm reading it. Should I go to cash? No idea what you mean by that. And yeah, I'm reading the chat. How to pick the best stocks for stock options? Oh, I can't even read that name. I see the last part says designs.com. But how do you pick the best stocks for stock options? Well, #1, pick a stock option. Pick a stock that you like. If you don't understand who it is or what they do, don't buy it. That's actually simple. Remember the rules? Rule #1, never buy something you don't understand. That's a pretty simple rule. Never buy something you don't understand. Rule #2, never sell at a loss. Rule #3, make sure the company is consistently profitable. Why would you put your money in a company that's not profitable? That's like going to the horse races and putting it on, a dog running against horses. Okay, if the horse consistently wins, that's who I want to bet on. I like 20 years, 2 decades of increased dividends. A dividend is a portion of the profits given back to the investors. So if that increases every single year, well, that tells me the company's consistently profitable. Somebody's doing something right. That's who I want to put my money. All right. That's what he's doing. All right, thanks, 86. La, 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 la. What do you think of Chinese stocks? Yeah, that's a funny one. Anyway, it is past 11:30. We're below 200. I'm out of here. I'm done with the questions. You guys have a great night. We will see you here again tomorrow. Now, those for you in my private morning trading group, 3 o'clock tomorrow. You'll be getting your link somewhere between noon and 2. Chevrolet, glad you're here. You guys have a great night. Over here, you guys have a great night. Talk to you later. Okay, down with that one. And now, there we go. Over here, finish, yes. And we want to share that one. And over here, stop broadcast, right there. Cool beans. We're going to do that one right now. And this one here, we are going to end here. You guys have a great night. All right, and there, and over here, we're ending here, and over here, we're done there. Okay, so let's see how this works. All right, write a caption. Okay, down here, you guys have a great night. We'll see you again tomorrow. Stop streaming. Yes. Okay, end stream now. Yep.